I had downloaded my trailer.
Sweet.
Oh,
I know
is
that's
he
nothing
choppy no
for you.
more?
What will people do without choppy ass theater? I tell you, I'm getting the hang of this. How's it going, Luke?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah,
Hey, look, good to see you, man.
How you guys doing?
Good,
pretty
good.
good, pretty good.
Okay.
I noticed on Twitter you said you had a binding issue with some of your
We did,
something.
yeah. On the last order of
Yeah,
books that we had come in, we had a small number that had a binding problem.
yeah,
So, a lot of times people will talk about graphic novels or something being perfect bound.
right.
Well, most of them aren't. They're not perfect bound. It's that process is quite expensive, and
Is that what the stitching? What you would call perfect bound?
yeah, it
Where
uses
they actually
a
fit?
string. It's tied. It's
Yeah.
tied and glued, right?
Mhm.
Right.
And so, or it's crimped, with it has some kind of a
Hey, Doc.
device, something that goes through it, and then it's glued and everything. But typically, what happens
Yeah.
is it's called roughing,
Howdy, Doc.
but there's this choppy looking blade, and you just stick the spine area of all the
Uh-huh.
pages together, right up against that, and it makes these diagonal cuts, it chops it up, and makes it uneven, and
Is that so
then
that the glue will
yeah,
adhere better?
exactly,
And
exactly, and then
it'll adhere better to a rough surface than a smooth surface.
right, but then it also
When
soaks
you put the
in,
cover on.
and all of the pages get it right. So
Yeah.
the
Right.
machine runs that through, and then you marry the cover to it, and then it gets put in a clamping device.
Yeah.
And so they all, a bunch of them get clamped, and that's how they bind these books. It can be a long process on some, because it's, when you're doing it the right way, it takes a little longer.
Yeah.
So we had a mishap where, not many. I mean, it's, the quality control didn't catch it because the ones they checked were good, and many of the books that we sent out were fine, and so we don't open all the books to check, because we don't want to break the spines, obviously.
Right.
But there were some of them that didn't get a really good roughing, so the glue didn't make it all the way up in the page the way
Hey,
it
Doc.
should have. So
Yeah, I worked in binding for World Color, and we didn't do the perfect binding. We did square bound,
yeah,
quite
yeah,
thick book like the airline books, and those can be quite thick. But we didn't do roughing. We did have a cutter, uh, but nothing like that. We didn't, at least at our plant.
yeah. Now sometimes they don't actually cut off the end; they just fold them, and our guys cut off the end so that
Yeah.
they're actually loose leaves once they're all put together. So yeah, the whole process is, it cuts the end, they rough it, and then they put it in there.
That
But
happened to me when I was a baby. They cut off the end and roughed
and
it
roughed
up,
it.
Luke.
Oh,
It
it's
was
called. So you must be Christian.
I am indeed. I am.
That's what they do. That's what they
What's
do.
going
Is
on, Luke and Rex? Good to see you guys.
Good. Good. Shadowhawk's here as
doing
well. He
pretty
just
good.
bounced out for a second.
It's five
Hey, Doc.
o'clock. I
What's
got my
happening,
five
bud?
o'clock drink going.
What's up, Shadowhawk? I got to grab a beverage also. If you'll bear with me, I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah. Ow.
Shadowhawk, are you on your new laptop or are you doing the
No,
phone?
I'm still on my phone. I haven't gotten the new camera and stuff hooked up yet. I still gotta find an area to set up. So I've apparently been usurped from the area that I had
Uh oh.
planned.
Ah,
The wife has taken over, so
uh-oh.
I gotta set up a new office area in the house somewhere.
Luke, are you a Star Trek fan at all?
Not really.
Not really. Well, you'll forgive me if I play this.
Go for it, man.
This is something I stumbled upon today on Indigo, on Pink. Oh, there we go.
A space burrito.
It is not a space burrito, Captain. It is an object of enormous size, capable of incredible destruction. It leaves behind only pain and suffering. Where once was life and hope, there is only a trail of debris and noxious gas.
That sounds exactly like a space burrito. Where's your crew?
We were dead in the water. I had to save them.
Where are they?
I beamed them down to the third planet.
There's no water or edible food there.
You don't think I know that?
The atmosphere is poisonous to humans,
You don't think I know that?
and it's infested with giant flying worms.
That I didn't know.
Commodore Wrecker has assumed command of the second prize.
Is he sitting in my chair?
Yes. And for some reason, he has removed his trousers.
Wrecker!
No, it's
I'm going to do what I should have done to begin with.
Don't do it, man. It's a suicide mission. And that's my favorite shuttlecraft.
You don't think I know that? You don't think I know that?
All right, that was
I've seen
funny.
funnier spoof.
That was cute, though. That was cute.
It's all right.
What's up, Dredd? What's up, Eric?
Hey, Eric.
Eric says, "Please kill me now."
You don't think I know that? All right. Yeah.
Funnier when Doc says.
I had to come here. I had to. I made the mistake of watching this channel. I forget the name of it, but it's a retired Marine, and he reviews stuff. And he was showing today's Army, and day one of my transitioning in the Army, and I threw up in my mouth repeatedly. And I thought, why am I watching this? All this does is piss me off. I got to get out of here. So.
Wow. Transitioning in the Army. I never thought I'd hear that phrase.
Non-deployable, can't go into combat, but they're still in the promotion pool. Help me to understand the lethality behind that.
well,
Stop. Don't engage.
So you joined the Army to be a desk jockey for life and get a full pension and stuff. Basically.
well, there's worse things that you can do, I guess.
I guess, but I mean that's just yeah.
I mean,
guess, hey, if
you
you
can't-
got an easy way out and you don't mind mutilating yourself, sure.
Right.
With these guys, though, or these individuals, it's I'm going in to let the taxpayer pay for my delusion,
Right.
and then I'll get out. Hey, Carrie.
Hey,
Hi,
Carrie.
Gary.
So yeah, I got no use for that. Look,
Oi,
you know,
oi,
Luke, Luke, don't be the only person that doesn't say hi to Carrie.
Oh, hi, Carrie. I'm not even looking at at your thing over here.
He's not even listening.
I'm
He's
working.
tuning us out.
I'm working as well. I try.
He's
you know,
working his 15 hours a day, Doc. At
Yeah.
that, can you imagine?
I was about to ask Luke, is the glove you're wearing, is that for support? Does that help?
well, a little bit, but it's for gliding across the screen for drawing
Oh, okay.
and keeping
'cause
keeping sweat off.
I gotta do something, man. I've got so much pain in my wrists from
You're
doing
gonna-
this
Yeah,
all day.
Corporate tunnel.
There
Not
is
careful.
a compression glove that I've got that works for this hand, but you can get them on Amazon. I'll send you the link.
Is
They're
the
almost-
corporal
they're almost
tunnel
necessary.
related
Do they-
to major artery there, Rex?
Heh.
Rex
Say
said
that
you gotta
again.
Corporal Tunnel. I was wondering
Yes, he said Corporal Tunnel.
Corporal
if he
Tunnel.
was related to Major Artery.
I like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
If you're not careful, you'll bleed out.
I gotta do something because I work all day back there before the sun sets till it rises till after it sets. And painting, no problem. That's big motions. This is killing me.
Maybe
It
you
hurts.
need to mix it up, Doc, and do some more of this.
I can't go back and forth between the disciplines.
Doc does any more of that, he'll go blind, right?
Well, Doc, don't you like prep canvases and things like that? Couldn't you do that?
I really don't want to prep a canvas I'm not going to paint, Rex.
Okay. Well, I don't know about
Upside, Doc, you'll have it right.
maybe it's the way you work, but I work on several canvases at once. You
Eric
may
says,
only do commission stuff. I don't know.
Rex says, "Stop being old as fuck, Doc."
Mhm.
I do what I got to do to try to put bread on the table.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and hopefully something to go with the bread.
Yeah.
Oh, fellas, tomato sandwiches today. Mm.
Do you grill that, or is it just raw? or-
No. Look,
Grill.
a tomato sandwich. You go get the biggest ripe red Georgia tomato you can
You
find.
could grill tomato. Come
that
on,
has
Rex, you crack
so
me
much-
up, Rex.
I'm glad
Some
I
of the
cracked
crap you
somebody.
ask, I'm like, seriously?
Watch this, Luke. The biggest ripe red tomato you can find. So much acid in it that it'll take paint off a car. All right.
Wow.
And you slice that nice and thick. A big layer of mayo.
Oh God.
you lay the tomato on.
Yeah, he had to go.
Heavy salt and pepper.
Mhm.
And get down. Look, Louis Grizzard said, the first tomato sandwich of the year is a spiritual experience. And it is.
Well, it would be for me. I would die from the mayo.
Well, you got to get past that, Rex, if you're really going to be right with God. Because
Shit.
God uses mayo.
I guess I'm on my way to hell in a handbasket.
Oh man, when
That
I was growing up, my dad kept a little. I guess like a little cooler or whatever, but with just like spices and stuff in it. And
Mhm.
he had a huge garden always in the back corner lot of our
Yeah.
yard. We were in a cul-de-sac, so it kind of got way bigger in the back.
Yeah.
And man, I don't know how many nights I would come home, after the bar or something like that, and just wander into the garden, grab something, come sit down out on the porch, grab a bottle of salt, and just fucking
That's
chow
exactly-
down, dude.
That's exactly right. It's what you
Yeah.
do, man. It's what you
Oh,
do.
good
It's
stuff.
what you do.
Now, Luke,
Yes.
I went on here from a link in my email. Check your shelf.
Hey, Joseph.
And I like that there's 4 of these here, but then when I go to fund my comic, I think there's 3 per row, right? What's the difference?
What are you talking about?
Well,
What you talking about, Willis?
I'm
takes
just
a while
saying
to
I
learn
like,
to
I like
interpret,
the
right?
layout of the 4. I get to see more.
On what?
I
The
mean,
website's 4. Are you talking about the campaigns? They're 4 across.
yeah, the campaigns. Yeah, the campaigns.
Yeah, they're 4
like-
across.
They're
Four to a
always
row?
4 across.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
4 across. They're
Is
They're
there?
never
I mean,
3.
okay, let me see here. I mean, I thought I went
It's
to.
impossible for it to be 3.
Unless you
Okay.
zoom in.
You would have to go. You would have to go and edit the back end code for it to be 3 instead of 4 across.
All right, can I?
Like it's impossible.
Okay. Let me remove this and show you the
Luke?
possible.
Luke, I'm going to
Okay.
fuss at you. You just said across. There's no T in across.
Well, it is what it is. I'm Hoosier. You got to deal with it.
Oh,
Gotta live
Jesus.
with
All right,
it. You gotta live
on
with it.
on the explore page, look at there, 3. Oh my
Oh.
gosh!
The explore page, yes, homepage is 4. Because the 4th slot is
there-
taken up by the
there's-
search, bar.
Oh, over here, the
Yeah, by
categories.
the categories.
and
Yeah.
everything. All right,
Yes,
all
sir.
right. It's explained to me now.
Yep.
Sorry. This
It's all right. It's all right. We won't hold it against you.
The difference between the homepage and
No, we will.
Shadowhawk. Now he'll hold it
I'm
against
like
you.
everybody else. I need to spend more time on Fund My Comic and familiarize myself with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So.
speaking of which, Luke, I just backed Black Phantom the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, here's
I've been racking up the Fund My Comic backings lately.
you really have, man. You've been going
That's my
nuts over
boy.
there, and that's great.
Wait till Friday,
Ooh,
right?
Oh, yeah,
Fridays.
more
I
coming.
love Fridays.
Payday. Yeah.
So we've got a lot of great campaigns up there now, and some cool ones getting ready to start. Let me tell you, I knew that we were going to run into this thing where people were just going to have to get used to this system, because by default they're going to think pink and green. That's that's what they're used to. That's their default. And what I want them to do is get used to this. Like, this is supposed to be, it's all new. When you're thinking like, oh, this is a clone, you're going to get really confused. When you
Right.
think about this as its own entity and with its own features and things that it does, it starts to come together more. And I think in time, I mean, we've only been doing this for 4.5 months. I think by the time we've been doing this for a year or so, people are going to find that they prefer this kind of layout and what this offers. And they're probably going to be like, some will gravitate to green and pink and say, no, I like that. They kind of get stuck in their ways a little bit. And maybe those features are better for you, but
And I could see where people get comfortable, but
yeah.
what I really like about the way you're doing everything is you got all the new campaigns all in one spot. You can scroll through everything,
Yeah.
choose
We're-
to back whatever you like, and
We're going to be adding more filtering features for the searches as well. We're going to add in days to go, like, so you can find out what's closing down the soonest. So we still have to add that in there.
yeah, that'd be a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
I
still a
noticed your
lot of
name
work to
was
do.
on this one. We just noticed this yesterday. Out of
Yeah.
Obscurity, isn't that through Arrow Comics?
It is. It's an Arrow Comics property. We don't own any of the stories. All the creators do. But we own the publication out of Obscurity
Is
Publications.
there 7 creators? I forget.
There
on
are 6, 8.
Okay.
You have to scroll down the number of stories. I can't remember. It's either 6 or it's not 6. It's an odd number. I think it's 7. I think it's 7 for right now.
Is that a cover by Odin?
Yeah, Odin Dasco did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought so.
I did the colors on it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
On all the stories, or
No, just a couple of stories I'm
just the cover?
coloring, yeah. And I did the
Yeah.
colors on the cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Boy, your internet is very, very slow.
I know, all right, but
It's
then I
missing all
have
these images that
about
we've got in there.
I have about 15 things open. So
Yeah, it's great when you're a streamer.
yeah, well, I mean,
And
they want choppy, I'll give it to them.
We'll give you choppy.
Get ready for an exhilarating journey into the boundless world of imagination. Welcome, comic book enthusiasts.
Now we
to the
were told that this was Spank the monkey. Is that
That
right?
is. Yeah, this character is called Spank the Monkey. He is
I love it.
he has been around since the early 90s,
Really?
late 80s, early 90s for Arrow Comics. We have a Spank the Monkey book. We have 2 digital versions that
Really?
were out before. Diamond, and I think it was what was that magazine that did comics and geek culture? Wizard
Was it?
magazine.
Wizard? Yeah.
Wizard magazine actually did a write up on it. One of the
really?
covers is Spank nestled between 2 giant boobies, and that's the
Ah.
cover. And so this is Spank the Monkey. He is a little bit more of he's a grumpier version of Stan Lee. So basically, he's Randy.
Oh,
And and we're actually getting ready to do a new book that's going to be an Arrow 3G. 3G stands for Guns, Girls, and Gore. in that order.
Cool.
And it's going to be a really kind of a parody and funny book that's going to have little anthology stuffs and editorials in it. Kind of like Mad Magazine, only more comic related, if you will. And that's going to be called The Spank Bank.
Now, who created Spank the Monkey?
Randy.
Oh,
Yeah. So whenever we do Spank, Randy has to be the one that illustrates him. I can't see Spank looking any other way than with Randy's art. And so I actually had Randy do 2 different facial expressions and then 2 different body poses with different facial expressions so that I could animate very rudimentary, like animate Spank
well, I
narrating
didn't
the
realize
video.
you could do that. That you did that. I guess you
I
do
didn't
it
know
with
I could do that either. I basically took an piece of editing software that is not meant for this,
Yeah.
and I did it anyway. I'm the guy that will take a hammer and use it for everything. Like, I'll open a can of beans with a
MacGyver.
with a machete. I'm the guy that takes the wrong tool to do the job every time.
What are you munching on, Doc? Is it that tomato sandwich?
Because I'm a true Southerner.
A
It's
watermelon.
a big old hunk of watermelon with
with salt on it?
With a lot of salt, baby.
Gotta have some salt
No,
on that thing.
There you
not
go.
salt. No.
No, you
See?
cover that thing in salt, brother.
Rex,
Yeah.
you are going to lose your Southern card all in one show. You
You
don't
said
do
I was
tomato sandwiches.
barely- you said I was barely in the South. I mean, what the
I
hell?
love fried green tomatoes. My favorite.
I
Oh
can
my
eat.
gosh.
I can out eat
Fried
anybody
squash.
on
Oh, yeah.
watermelon, or try anyway. But no salt for me. Nope. And at your age, you shouldn't have it, Doc.
So I just uploaded a new video today. So it's brand spanking new.
Oh,
In fact, I just uploaded it before I came on here.
okay.
So it's a 4-minute video,
Want me to chop
and
it up for you?
you don't have to. You can tell people to go over check it out. It's comics, comic creators beware. Talking about the four marketing mishaps that almost every comic creator makes.
Well, I need to see this. It's educational.
It is educational. I'm going to be doing a series of short, pre-recorded, uploaded videos that have tips, tricks, things to look out for, and then kind of breaking that into longer form videos that are going to have. I'm probably going to make it members only for those, that where people can actually, where I kind of teach the process of making this stuff, making comics, and how to market, what to look for when you're binding, when you're getting a printer and doing something, like look to see how they bind it, helping people understand the processes. Because I find that, along the way, learning how this stuff is done, when you learn how the sausage is made, then you can figure out what they're doing wrong,
And sharing that info, Luke, is something I went looking for when I first came into indie comics, and it's not there.
It's
The people aren't making videos to help new people. This is what you do. This is how crowdfunding works. This is what you look for in a printer.
Yeah.
This is the basics of a contract between a writer and an artist. Blah, blah,
What's
blah.
the difference between a plus cover and a self cover? What's the difference between perfect binding and regular binding, and square binding, what's the difference? How do they do it? How do you know if they're good at it? There's all kinds of, basic print stuff that you need to know. And, how do you write a contract? Where do you go to get one? And so I'm doing a video where it's just going to be breaking down the contract. Like this is a part ownership, and this is a freelancer
Work for
contract.
hire. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would start with that.
You need to
one. That was much
you need to
easier.
make a playlist of those, Luke, that are just the how-tos of indies.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
very
so-
needed. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to get a video up every week.
I think that's what was attractive about EVS's draw streams that drew so many people in. It was like how to
Comic
do,
Book Pro Secrets or whatever.
Yeah, how to draw, and then there was needed more, like you said.
I would
Don.
love for him to get back into that stuff. He's got so much knowledge now about about what do you got to go through to make an action figure, right? That I don't know yet. I want to know that, right? So if he would teach that stuff, and then like teach some of the other stuff, I'm going to do my best to try to pass on what knowledge I have, what limited knowledge I have about comic books and this business and the industry through these videos. And then someone has encouraged me to write it all down into a book and publish a book that people can buy, and then they can reference this.
Now,
all
I've
of this
got-
material.
Yeah. See, I've got a bunch of
if you actually put it in a book.
I've got a bunch of how-tos on the fine art channel that I do. How do you get into a gallery? How to do this particular painting technique and whatever. So I assumed when I came over here, the same kind of stuff would be here for comic artists. It's not. It's not here.
It's very limited, and so I was actually looking through. So one of the things that, one of the tips I'm going to put in a video is go through the market or whatever you're in. It doesn't even have to be comics, but let's just use comics because that's our thing, right? As our point of reference. So when we're in comics, look around and see where the deficiencies are, where are the gaps, and then make that your new niche, right? If you want to really contribute and really make a name for yourself, if you're coming in and you're wanting to be a pinup artist or a cover artist, dude, we've got so many amazing pinup and cover artists. You're going to work your ass off to try to be to make a name in that, right? So that was one of the things that I looked at right away, is I saw that there was very few sequential artists in independent comic books, and especially in Comicsgate, very few. So I said, I'm going to focus all of my energy on becoming an efficient and competent sequential artist. And it has paid off for me in dividends. I have a lot of work to do because of that. In fact, it's so much work. It sometimes I'm like, how am I going to get this other stuff done? I have this stuff to do, So it's like it is. But that's also where there's this other thing where you learn to pass off work to other people. And start to develop a team and a network. I don't have to do everything if I know that there's some people that can do that. Like I've got Pete on my Fund My Comic team, right? Basic Fund My Comic questions, he knows the answers to. So if someone's asking a basic, rudimentary question, something that is, if there's a place on the site that we've already answered that question, he has got that information, he hands it to him and sends them to the right place to find the rest of the information.
Keeping in mind always that that's a question that Luke and them have heard a bazillion times before, but the person asking the question has never gotten the answer. That's their first time.
Yeah.
Right.
So we treat every time like it's the first time for people, and we understand that they need it, but we have to be able to streamline that process because we do get a lot of questions that do require more intent customer service. And so, but we want to give the same level of customer service to everybody, even the questions that we've heard 1,000 times. And then, so right now I also need to do a tutorial video for coupon codes because there's a lot of questions now about coupon codes. That's now the stage in the site's development that people are now, they're kind of up to speed with most things. And now they want to understand, how can I really get creative with that? And so the next tutorial video, hopefully we'll have it out next week. I'm not gonna be able to get it done this week. Just not enough time. I have probably 6 to 8 pages I still need to get finished this week, and I'm leaving Friday afternoon for a convention in Dayton, Ohio, that I'll be gone all weekend for. Okay. So, but yeah, it's you find a niche, and then what you do, you find your people that you can connect with that can do these things with you. So.
I guess I'm infamous now. I'm EFAPing the 5 o'clock shadow over on CrossCon.
Before it was transformed. And
talking with,
but they called him the crystal,
talking with T Bunny.
T-Bunny, you're
Yeah.
e-fapping now, huh?
Well, yeah, I was just wondering,
Rex,
5
let me-
o'clock.
In the 60s, Jacksonville.
Rex, let me tell you what happened last night.
Okay. Cool.
So we started
About
back
50,
up.
50 years, he was in part of the intelligence apparatus.
Go ahead.
So last night we started back up NerdCap. Okay, I had been taking a bit of a break from it so I can get caught up on work. So we started NerdCap back up last night, and it's normally an hour to an hour and a half. We went 3 hours last night, and we had so much fun. We were laughing and making like really stupid junior high jokes. Lots of jokes about wieners, because I went to go see the these, what they call them. What was the word again? Frescoes. They have these frescoes of the
Frescoes.
Frescoes of the Sistine Chapel, right? And so I got to see this up close, and I was amazed at how many wieners Michelangelo had painted on that ceiling. Like, there's.
Where did you go to see these, Luke? I thought you were actually over at the Sistine Chapel.
I wish I was.
I mean, where did you go to see them?
Oh, there's a little art gallery in a town about 40 minutes away from us. So we went over there to see it yesterday. And yeah, but we had tons of funny jokes. We talked about we actually talked some serious stuff. We named some names. It's one of those things where, we were calling crap out, naming names. And at the end of it, I realized that, we had so much fun. And this is one of those kind of streams that you got to catch it live. And if you want to watch the replay, I don't want people watching the replay just to EFAP it and, clip it and to make trouble. So it is a members only type thing. So after it goes live, I'm gonna turn that one members only, because I don't want no EFAPing going on when we start talking about people like the Wheelers messing about with our fans.
Yeah.
And crap like that.
Yeah.
Like, we were like flat out naming names, and I got a little salty. I mean, I was punchy, So I was like, I said, I know at least one thing I can do better than Mike: run a freaking crowdfunding website.
Yeah. And also, I would venture to say, Luke, that you're better at not getting your account suspended.
I can do that, yeah.
For doxing people.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot, but yeah. So we kind of went through some of that. It was crazy. So we decided to make that.
Speaking of that Wheeler guy, strangely enough, I heard somebody that supposedly a solid member of the community defending him yesterday. That was weird. Yeah.
How can you defend that guy?
Is it the one I was thinking of?
Maybe not full on defending, but trying to make excuses for it.
Did the person kind of say, "Oh, I've kind of talked to him a little bit behind the scenes"? Da 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 da. Was it that?
It was a little something like that. Oh, I don't think he really knew who Fanta was, and this, that. And it don't matter. You don't go after fans.
Was this person, Shadowhawk? Was this person a bit inebriated?
I could not tell you, sir. I am not a certified psychologist.
Smart. That there is a man who has a lawyer.
Go check out Luke.
That's why you say.
I'll be right back.
Luke Stone's latest upload let's see, comic creators, beware 4 fatal marketing mistakes you must avoid.
Absolutely, check that out. And I will be, by the way, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to go save that to my how-to playlist in my library.
Yes,
now, granted, it's there with how to replace the alternator on a Hyundai, but
Right, but you need to know that too.
I did. That's shit you gotta know. That's why, by the way, I say appears to be. In medical legal documentation, you can always say patient appears to be in no acute distress, not patient is in no acute distress. You don't know that. And you're writing.
Never really know.
You're writing for attorneys. You're never writing for other treatment professionals. So Shadowhawk appears to be under the
Yeah.
influence of a substance.
It could be possible.
Is it who Tree Goblin said it was?
But I missed it in the chat. I accidentally kicked my. I went to look at the chat, and on my
I don't-
phone, the
if
chat
that's the
button is
case,
right next to the leaf.
Finatra's a good guy, man. He's such a good
Oh,
guy.
I don't. No, I haven't
No.
listened to Sinatra lately.
It wasn't
He's got a
Finn.
good heart, man.
It was
It
not.
wasn't
Finn.
Sinatra, no. He was streaming today. I went in there and said hi.
But I can't see defending that guy. I mean, he's
No.
done so many just crazy. I mean, and it just it started with that convention in Arizona. And his behavior there.
He's a
He's not
hater.
matured. He's not matured, and he's not developed. There's been no character development at all with this guy.
How
Him and
old
his
is
wife both.
anyway?
And people will defend his wife because she's reasonably attractive and she's competent at what she does as far as the art goes, especially the covers. Like I said before, I have not seen her sequential work, so I cannot comment on that. But she had an opportunity to really be at the table and to make a name for herself, but they just get too greedy, I think, and
The
they
hate
expect.
grift. It's a hate grift.
Yeah, it's these ideas that they can move themselves to the top with little to no effort, and when there's any pushback at all, it's just met with this childish behavior.
How dare you? Yeah,
How dare
the,
you?
The one we pointed out was you attacked a fan randomly.
Right.
Not once, not twice, not three times. You got called out on it. You doubled down instead of apologizing, and then Luke, here's the coup de grace. Then they cry victim.
Yeah.
They're not that's the thing. Yeah, it's like these people that are they're effing criminals, right? You're a crackhead. There's a reason why the cops are trying to cuff you, right? If the cops are trying to cuff you, you've made some poor choices along the way, you know, and
don't make another one.
Well,
right.
Luke, the human mind can justify murder.
It can,
or worse.
Well, here's the thing: we can justify all of our behavior.
Mm-hmm.
We do it all the time, and human beings can be truly, truly despicable, and it's sad that we are that way. I too have been despicable. This is not a problem that I'm, pointing out about other people. I'm, the blame is as much inward as it is outward.
We've all done bad things. I think the difference is here. I'm not trying to market my bad things. I'm trying to market the best of me, not the worst of me.
Right. And I'm the kind of person, I believe if you got a product, you want to sell it on the merit of what it brings to people's life, not on the negativity. I'm not going to market a book and say buy it because EVS sucks, right? By the way, don't clip that. I don't think EVS sucks. He's always been very kind to me and answers my questions even when he probably should ignore me, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
That's not how you market something. If all you can stand, if all what you're doing is predicated upon is hatred and anger and disdain, then what is it that you're creating in the end?
What I said, Luke, was this. We are here but for a brief time. Is this really what you want to use your voice to say? I mean, think about it. It's a finite process. You're only going to make so many books. You're only going to write so many things. You're only going to do so many paintings. Is this what you want to say?
Pill Rider clipped.
PayPal.
I'll tell you what I like is what you said.
It's a Pill Rider.
What you said really resonates with me. It reminds me of that scene in the Johnny Cash movie that Joaquin Phoenix was in, right?
Ring of Fire, yeah.
Ring of Fire. He was asked, what do you want to sing? Like, if this is the last song you could ever sing, what is it? And he starts singing some gospel hymn. And he goes, no, I'm telling you, if you walk out there right now and you get hit, and it's the last thing that you get to say, and you get to say, what's the last song that you want to leave me with? And he starts walking. He starts playing Folsom County Blues. And I think that's it. You know, unless you've almost taken your last breath, you don't really. You can only think about it. You can't really truly, you can't really truly appreciate the fact that, man, there's a lot of wasted time.
Yeah, and I'm not going to waste my time in drama farming, hate grifting. You know, I've got stories to tell that I think are good stories that will entertain people, and that's what I want to do. Just like Tolkien said, you know.
The Wheelers have big ideas. They have pretty clever ideas sometimes, and there's a reasonable amount of competent talent there that could be cultivated into something better. They just, especially Mike, just gets in his own way all the time, and I feel bad for him. I really do.
You're hindered by your adolescent brain.
Yeah, I really feel bad for him in that sense, you know, and but it really upsets me when he's going after a fan like Fanta, and when he's going after, you know, and I know, you know, like Piper, he was going after Piper. Whatever problems you got with somebody going after going after things they can't change or impact is just in poor taste.
Hey, Pig.
And then to dig through the Facebook accounts of Anthony to pull up and make threats about family. There's a line, you know, that you cross, and that's one of them.
I
That
didn't
is
even hear about that part.
Yeah, it's a really bad line to cross when you start making real life threats.
You could wind up in court, worst case scenario.
You can end up getting hurt that way.
Yeah, you know, I said there's a lot of lines that you cross, and the main one you don't cross is my property line.
That's right.
Right?
Now, I always love what John Dillard says, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he says, these people talk as if you wouldn't get popped in the mouth for that.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know,
well, that was one of the things that, you know, love Ethan or hate him. Just the other night, he was talking about some of the stuff going on. And even in, you know, the convention circuit and what have you, what's his face? One of them.
Yeah, Eric July, right?
Yeah,
started shit with Eric July. And Ethan was like, you know, these guys don't understand. Sooner or later, one of them is going to get knocked the F out, and they deserve it. You know, and they're not going to understand how they, you know, how this happened. Well, that's because you're not on the internet, stupid. You know?
Right, yeah. It's like, guess what? There's not a screen protecting you from that.
You're not hiding behind your keyboard now, baby. This is real world.
That
and,
was
you know,
funny.
that's not a threat. That's not a threat, by the way.
Are you going to be there? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, people are making threats about Eric July going to the convention. Look, I mean, we all need to get back out to the conventions.
His wife was fat, and she's far from being fat.
She's far from being fat.
Yeah.
But why bring her into it at all? Number two,
number
one, why are you hating on the guy for making a successful comic book?
Welcome to the channel, Salacious Rum. Thank you for subbing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no point in hating anyone for that stuff. But we should be celebrating the fact that there's more comic books and that there's proof that there's money out there for us.
Well,
I don't hate anybody for success.
Situation, it's just jealousy, man. That's pure jealousy, and 90% of it is like
you become
how
a
did
big
this guy
target.
make nearly $4 million in, you know, his first book, and I've been in the trenches or what have you. You know, you got. I have never understood the economics of jealousy. No,
you know,
it doesn't help you.
I watch Ethan or one of the other big guys, and they get these big crowdfundings. I don't go, that's not fair. I go, he got his, let me get back here and get mine. It motivates me. Doesn't
Yeah, I love
discourage me. It
I
doesn't
love
make
to
me
see it,
hate.
man. It just means people are still willing to spend money on comics and good projects.
Mhm.
You know, it should be a great sign for all of
I want $1 million by next week, or I'm going to start a hate stream.
us.
A hate
All
stream.
right, Captain Infinity.
Well, I mean, if you just spend a little bit of time on prep, depending on how often you stream, you can come up. There's plenty to talk about in culture or whatever you're interested in. You don't have to go looking for. I mean, but let's face it, a lot of channels are just negative. They a few are coming to mind right now. That's all they do is negative
Stephen B.
Hollywood, negative in the pop culture, negative toward other YouTubers. And if that's the way you want to run your channel, but a lot of people come here. I know because they've told me multiple times because it's a positive.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, that's what I'm trying to do. With my channel is educate and encourage and help make things a little bit better than what they are. This is a real business, and the media is not covering what's happening in our realm.
Mm-hmm.
And the only people that really suffer are the fans for that.
Right. Now, I will fight the culture war on my channel.
Right.
But I don't just highlight what's bad. I say, and here's what we can do about it.
Well, sometimes we also got to highlight our wins.
I always highlight the wins.
Dude, we are winning. In a lot of cases, we're winning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not going to repeat my show earlier, but we highlighted that big time. Here are the victories. Here's the pushback against this tsunami of stupid.
Well, that Bud Light thing, as stupid as all that is, that's working. Target, the whole issue with Target and Pride, that's working. We're seeing people pushing back against Disney. It's working.
Yeah.
Eric July with these,
Finally.
Every comic book that is made that just focuses on good storytelling, that's winning. Fund My Comic is proof that we're winning.
Yes.
Right now, our traffic.
There's been 2 Christian movies come out recently. The one on child trafficking made 10 times its budget, which
It
was
beat
like,
Indiana Jones.
And Indiana Jones was like lose, fail. You can
Indiana
only
Jones.
do that model so long where you're losing.
Did you know that Disney had that movie? Like that was theirs and they didn't want it. And so Angel Productions bought it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Man,
you know
I'm
what?
telling you.
When you have Joe Biden playing Indiana Jones in the final chapter, it just doesn't work.
Right. We're winning in the Supreme Court with some of these things.
Welcome to
that are
the
coming
show,
through.
Dr. Mask.
Man, there's just so much winning going on. And we should celebrate those things.
How am I sounding? Sorry.
Five by five.
Hey, Doc.
You shot Hawk? Hey, Rex.
How you doing, sir?
Hi,
You
Dr.
have
Rex.
no icon. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to change it now, but
He is
there we go.
the doctor.
I don't know if Ethan said that anyone that watches anime is a P word. It sounds like something he would say just trying to get under people's skin, though, doesn't it?
What's that?
Look, here's what I do know.
What did he supposedly say?
That anyone who or animes for pussies.
Oh, maybe.
You never know what's going to come flying out of Ethan's mouth.
Yeah, and a lot of times he's just effing around too. It's like people take everything he says serious.
I never know. And here's the thing: you don't have to care. You're under no obligation to care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Mask, are you familiar with Luke Stone from Fund My Comic?
Oh, I certainly am.
I get around like.
And he's gone.
Well, he's
I get around like a.
He's back. And welcome to the show, Stephen B.
Okay. Hey, Stephen B.
Hey, Rex, you did something different, didn't you?
Hell, Stephen B.
Oh, I got a haircut and I shaved.
That makes his voice sound different. I don't know how that works.
Lightened up his vocal cords.
How dare you, sucker!
Yeah,
How's it
for
going,
some
Luke?
reason it's not letting me change.
I'm good.
my-
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Tonight at 10, I'm going to be on the channel with what's his name again? Dojo Chun.
Dojo Kun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dojo Kun. And,
Good guy.
and if he's watching this, sorry I butchered the name.
You're
Yeah,
good,
no,
Dr.
those-
Mask.
those
Without
are
an
good people,
icon,
man.
it's more mysterious.
Yeah,
I'll go with that.
It's better than being a white nipple.
That's
I actually seen the movie Sounds of Freedom.
oh, you have. How'd you like it?
It's a really good movie, and it points out a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, he may wind up being a biggie within film. I mean, he did The Passion of the Christ, and he did a movie years ago that I love, Frequency. Anybody seen Frequency?
I've.
Oh yeah,
It's been a
yeah.
very long time.
Yeah.
That was
So-
Caviezel in that one.
Yeah, it was. Right when he
Oh.
was starting out. That was the first thing I'd ever seen him in.
Huh. I'm going to have to watch that again.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
This is happening.
it's a tight movie. It's good.
Let's see.
He's seen any interviews with him about the movie? He's very emotional about it.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah, I caught a bit of one.
I wonder
They-
if he had to do some research for that.
Of course.
Yeah.
They did. He said that there were some threats that the CIA would come after him. He's like, I don't care. And all that, like, I don't care.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
we live in a time where our own government or branches of the government are weaponized against us, aka normal citizen.
You have to kind of live by that saying that there is no more dangerous a man than he that does not fear the worst you may do to him.
Right.
That's above my pay grade.
Is it?
I mean, the worst thing, they can't cook you and eat you.
Well, I guess
They might.
Well, out
They-
in Hollywood, they might.
Well, he can.
I mean, they might kill you, but you're not going to be around for the cooking and the eating.
If
Right.
they stick with this, Hollywood sticks with this strike much longer,
Well, I mean,
their goose may be cooked.
Well, I think they're going to save money, number one. Number two, I think what's going to happen is people are going to realize that they don't need them.
exactly right.
I think they're really worried about that. People finding out that they don't need them. These actors and these writers that think that they're so indispensable, when they
You're
realize
not.
that there's a whole world of indies out there and
That's
that there's
right.
better entertainment. So many people actually get their entertainment from YouTube.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
think about it.
Yep.
People watch our shows.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they watch
I-
our shows, and I'm
I
just some,
watch YouTube. I don't watch movies or TV.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
watch
only thing
I
content
I
rarely
watch.
watch TV anymore.
I've not had inward streaming TV for I know well over a decade. If I
Yeah.
want a hard copy of something, I'll
Tree Goblin.
buy it.
The thing Luke was talking about though, with them finding their irrelevancy. I'm going to quote the great Chris Porter when he said, "I don't know who you think you are, but you're not."
You're not. Yeah. You're not, yeah.
You're not John Wayne. You're not Humphrey Bogart. Get out of here. You're replaceable.
Dr. Mask, how was your day?
Crazy, but
Yeah.
it was a crazy. I was away all weekend and got back. I got back on Monday, but Tuesday I was gone all day too, with a baseball thing for my son. So
Is this your second ever stream?
this
The
is my
first?
second ever stream. Yes, and I get
Wow,
to
that's
do it
amazing.
with
Well,
my
now,
phone, which is awesome.
Dr. Mask, who are you and what do you do? Introduce yourself to the audience.
I'm just a comic fan, and you know, I do have a YouTube channel, but it's pretty dormant right now. But I'm just a fan, and you know, I post a lot of stuff on Twitter. I like to support a lot of the CG stuff.
A lot of, but what you drop on Twitter are like Golden Age comics.
Yep. Yeah, I love
Like
doing
like
that.
I think you dropped the Key 3
Yep.
last a few days ago. I actually have the Key 3 issue 3 myself in my collection.
It's amazing to me because, you know, as long, I mean, I've been a comic fan for, you know, most of my life, and I still find stuff I've never heard of. You know, I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. You know,
publishers that were fly by
and none of
night.
it's new, but well, none of it's mainstream new. Let's put it that way.
You can study all your life the subject of comics, and they say if you study 1 hour a day, or is it 8 hours? Let's see, 8 hours a week or something. I don't know. You'll become an expert. I don't know, but you know,
It's
I don't know. I've that up. But what is it, Stephen?
If you well, we'll use drawing an example. If you draw, I think it was like 10,000 hours, not actually a day. If you draw draw for 10,000 hours, you become a master at it.
Yep.
Or something like that.
It's all about practice.
Yeah, my point was you can study an hour a day, whatever, the rest of your life. I think they said within 8 years you'd be an expert, but you could study more than that in 8 years and still, I think it's almost an exhaustive subject when you're talking comics. There's always something new to learn.
Yep.
Because the history of it is so rich.
Yep. Have you read any of the Tomorrow books? They have.
I have. Yeah, they produce some very high quality books.
They've got a series of hardcovers that breaks it down by years, like 5 and 10 year periods.
That's cool.
They're amazing. They talk about, you know, and then each issue they give you like a timeline on what was going on at that time in the world.
One of the first that came out was the Photojournal Guide. This is volume 1. And I just happen to have it at my feet here. I bought these second hand. They were very expensive when they came out, and they feature like Golden Age covers.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a photo reference of all these obscure covers and things, and they were pretty hefty book, you know. I was fortunate enough to get a used, although howbeit a little bummed up, set for $50, a little over $50 on eBay. Now this was a few years back, but yeah, these things are indispensable.
Yeah, I love those hard. I love the hard.
This may have been where I found that one where it shows the only cover to that Jack Kirby was on. He and Joe Simon. I looked for that book on eBay for 2 years. It took me 2 years to find it. What, you know, they go in alphabetical order. Like I'm in the J's here. You got Jackie Gleason, Jackie Robertson. A lot of these were photo covers. A lot of them were not. You know, just obscure titles. Headline Comics. That's the actual one. Headline Comics that I bought. That was the Jack Kirby on the cover. Let's see if I can find it here. It was a later issue, and the one that I found after 2 years was actually graded. It was like the second highest graded copy out there. And then often titles would change titles, right?
Yep. Partway through the numbering.
Like Amazing Adult Fantasy with the last issue, the first appearance of Spider-Man just became Amazing Fantasy.
Now, Rex, what is that book you're holding in your hand?
Oh, here it is. There's Jack Kirby one right there, number 37. If you're wondering, Headline Comics number 37. That's Jack Kirby on the cover.
You guys see
the Photojournal Guide to Comic Books, Volume 1 by Gerber. He has the rare Gerber list, and you know, with comics on scarcity and rarity of comics. and he's written several books, and he
Very
came out-
cool. I
he's
like
got
that. Very cool.
He's got a photo journal of just the Marvel titles, and then there's a few others in that series as well. But those are the two biggies. Volume 1 and Volume 2 of that. Good
Yeah.
photo reference.
Like I said, I keep finding new stuff. Like recently, I found magazine-sized reprints of the old EC comics, which I never knew that existed. So it's cool to see them in that large size too.
Like I showed this book a few times recently. I haven't put it back in the safe. Gerber has a list, a scarcity list on comic books, but now there's different levels within that scarcity. This book here is like dailies that have Popeye and Olive Oil and Jughead and Beetle Bailey, Steve Cannon, Henry, Hi and Lois, just things that you would find in the daily strips. Has a list of the artists on the back. This book doesn't look like much, and I didn't pay that much for it on eBay. But on the Gerber list, and like I say, there are different levels of the Gerber list, but they say there's only about 20 of these that exist.
Wow.
Somewhere in there. So they don't really know.
Wow.
So this is indeed a rare book. And I did see one listed on eBay, but it didn't look as good as this one, which this one looked used. But
Well, now, Rex, with you being a collector,
that's from 1959, by the way.
there's a question I've wanted to ask.
Okay.
In fine art, you can take a work to a conservator, and they will restore a piece of art to
Right.
pristine condition,
Right.
without hurting the value of the painting.
Not
Is
so in comics.
Not so in comics. No
Not
such
so in
thing.
comics. You'll get a green label instead of red label, at least from CB, from when you have it graded.
Reckon how come?
Well, I mean, but with that said, some really rare books like Action Comics #1, hey, Bone, I know have been,
There's a ton more pin-ups. So the more original.
I think it was Heritage Auction or one of those. They said 60% out of all the Action Comics #1 that's come through our hands that we've handled and sold, either through commissions or they bought and then resold, whatever. They said 60% of those were restored in some way. So, I mean, there's certain books. The majority of them are gonna be restored. But now you've got to take into account there's probably around
Shadowhawk, what are you babbling about?
But like these three over here.
And we won't have to worry about that. Dr. Mass, try and go back out and come back in. It says device not connected.
That was getting weird.
A lot of weird going on, guys.
I thought I was
All right.
hearing voices again.
Dr. Mask will try and come back.
Make comics. Kill, kill, kill. Make comics. Kill, kill, kill.
Yeah, if you restore a comic, it hurts the value of it. Always has. People want it in the original condition, not restored. But now on some of these, like Action Comics #1, there's only about 100 of them in circulation. Why? They were recycled for the war effort. A lot of these books, I would say, even there might be some comics that are less than 100 copies out there, because I have a Blue Beetle #6, and certain books by certain publishers, I think it's 64 pages big. It only has one staple in it to hold it all together, and that was because of war rationing. Very easy to flip through that thing, tear it apart as a kid or an adult or whatever. It's amazing that mine's in the condition that it's in, and that it even exists, because one staple holding that ream of paper together. I mean,
could you
can't
imagine?
overlook the fact that as time goes by, you know, what is it, 80, 85 years old?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it just keeps
It's
going
gonna
on.
get
And
damaged. It's
Yeah.
gonna get damaged at some point.
Yeah. And I would say mine's probably in very fine plus condition. It's high grade.
Could you imagine being like Glenn Fleming and having the opportunity to be the first one to handle Jack Kirby's pages since they were printed?
Man.
Yeah.
They put him in a room with just packages full, floor to ceiling, of Jack Kirby's art, and he was able to just tear one open and lift out a page. You know,
I just did an article for Glenn's book and his quarterly book, and I was recounting something similar. I went in 1985 to the Chicago Comic Con, which was the largest Comic Con at that time. San Diego Comic Con was not as big. It was their 10th anniversary that year, and also DC Comics' 50th anniversary the next year, which I also went, was Marvel's 25th anniversary. So those were two great years to go to conventions because you got to celebrate those two big events. And it just happened to be coupled with the 10th anniversary of the Chicago Comic Con.
Right.
John
right.
Romita Sr. was there. Whoops, I got to back up people here. Want him back in. There we go. You back with us, Dr. Mask? Maybe.
And he's out again.
He's having trouble. Yeah. I don't. I wonder if it affects him if I kick him.
So Romita Sr. was there.
Romita Sr. was there,
Hey, Bo.
and I went there to get my first Golden Age comics, which I did. I got some boy comics, and they were like $5 a piece. That had like the red and blue Daredevil in there, you know, along with the kids. They weren't anything big. They were probably in good plus or so condition. But I went. I consulted. Welcome back, Dr. Mask. I consulted my Overstreet price guide because I was primarily a Marvel fan, and Atlas, which was, you know, Timely became Atlas, then Atlas became Marvel. They were Atlas books, and I looked them up. I think it was Men's Comics or Men's Adventure Comics. There was like two that had like a pretty good lineup in them. But Young Men Comics, I said, oh, okay, there's 5 issues here I can collect, you know. And I was fortunate enough to find 4 of the 5. I didn't find the first one, which was issue 24. But those 4 there were like in very fine plus condition. 1952, 3, somewhere around there.
Right.
Very high grade. There was only one dealer had those. Made a deal, you know, bought them for less than $50 a piece, which now they're, you know, nearly a couple thousand in that condition. 40 years ago, nearly. But hey, Webbs. But I handed them to John Romita to be signed. I took them back to my room and saw, oh, he did the Captain America and Bucky story. It also had a Submariner story and a Human Torch and Toro story. So it was loaded up with the Timely heroes. So that's why I picked those to try and find those. And I found 4, like I said. The next year that I went, I found 3 copies of number 24, the one I missed out, and I bought it as well. And but I got those 4 signed by him, and he lit up like a little kid because it was some of the first stuff that he'd ever drawn. You know, in fact, he turned to his wife and said, "Look, Virginia, we were dating when I was drawing this."
Nice.
He was just flipping through it. He probably had not seen that stuff since he drew it.
Right.
Which was, you know, at that point, what, 30 years?
Yeah.
You know?
Golly.
Yeah. So I was glad.
So Rex, do you buy multiples?
I do.
Okay.
I not so much now. Not so much now, but I mean, yeah, I learned that when I opened up my comic book store because all I had was my collection. Well, I had nothing to contribute, you know, to the store unless I took it out of my collection. I was like, I don't want to do that. I collect everything that I want. You know, I didn't have multiples, but that taught me to But now if something was really good, I'd buy, an extra copy or something,
That's why you got two of mine, right?
No, I did not get two of yours. I'll have to wait for the second chance offer on Fund My Comic for that, Doc, and to get paid. I missed out on the Luke Stone. I missed out on the who was your other?
Jim O'Reilly.
Jim O'Reilly, yeah, cover. Mm-hmm. I did buy yours, Doc. I bought your cover.
I got them all.
They're all good.
Hey, they are good. I was deeply honored to have both Luke Stone and Jim O'Reilly do alternate covers for me.
They both looked awesome, and they're all so colorful.
Yeah. Now, they're well. Nope. I'm not allowed to say that. Never mind.
Oh,
Anthony told me don't mention this. Don't mention this. So I shan't. But let's just say there's some good stuff coming that you're going to be glad of. That's all I can say.
What? Now that's a teaser, Doc.
It is.
That's a heck of a teaser.
I shouldn't have even opened my mouth. Anthony said, "Doc, don't you say a word about this." And I'm like, okay. And then I almost spilled the beans just now. So
I'm going to, one thing that I miss on, I know that it would be the same cover, and on mine I would make them different. But I'm going to have to print up a double cover comic. I at one time had, I mean, that's a thrill. I didn't even know that stuff existed as a kid till I found one, like a double cover on a cover. And then I found one on the stands that had a triple cover, and I bought one from one of the distributors that had 4 covers on it. It was a Superman book. 4 covers. And I've seen one that had 6 covers that got graded by CGC on eBay. And in fact, I went back and bought some old Silver Age and Golden Age double covers.
When I was a kid, when I would come across a double cover book, it actually pissed me off.
Really?
Yes.
Did you buy it?
Yeah, but again, it was on the spinner rack at the gas station.
Yeah.
And it was, damn it, man, that could have been another page of story.
You didn't know you were getting a bonus cover.
It didn't feel like a bonus. It felt like I was getting ripped off.
Yep.
I never actually came across one in the wild, so.
Yeah. Oh, it's a thrill, man. It's a thrill. I can remember when I found that triple cover and where it was. The place doesn't even exist anymore.
I'll be right back. Excuse me.
There was an alternative.
But now I
book
missed the
recently
experience. What'd you say?
There's an alternative book recently that had them. I can't remember which one it was, but I don't know if it was the King Cryptid or if it was. I don't.
Was
remember.
it on purpose or a mistake?
No, it was a mistake. He didn't notice it until after he had shipped some of them. So.
Oh, cool. Those are neat. I mean, that's neat that you can, find double, triple, quadruple, whatever,
Yeah.
No, I already got my I didn't get one.
There's my baby. There's my baby girl.
Oh,
there he is.
Oh, what a cute.
Now, Doc, not to bring up a sore point, but are you and your wife doing all right after the passing of your other dog?
Yep. Yeah, ow, ow.
What do you mean, ow, ow? What did he do, bite you?
He's just chewing on his ankle a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah, probably needs to
Tearing
clip
the place
those
apart.
nails.
Sign of love and hunger.
Joseph Dredd says, cute dog, Doc.
That was the idea. He lulled him into a false
And
sense
I
of
had to put
security
him
and then
down.
attacked.
I had to put him down too. Now that he's attacking like that.
Doc is suddenly gone deaf.
No more Doc.
Oh no.
God.
Doc
We're all
needs a
gonna have
dog.
to learn sign language.
Are you bleeding profusely, Doc?
She got caught in my headphone cable. It was about, and she's so big, she was about to take my head and it out the door.
Yeah.
Come here, girl.
Now, how young is she, Doc? She looks very young.
She's a year and couple of months.
Yeah, she looks,
Oh,
you
still
know,
a puppy.
yeah, still very
Big goofy thing. And she looked at me like I'm the one that did something wrong.
Yeah. What are you doing to me?
Why are you
Yeah.
yelling at me?
Quit projecting on me, Doc.
What kind of wacky leash is this anyway?
Now, she was born with a nub tail,
Oh,
which
yeah,
was
you
the,
were
Oh.
saying that.
which was the main reason I wanted her. You know, but we get people, you shouldn't bob the tail of your dog. She was born that way. Freak, mind your own business.
Nobody likes to mind their own business anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
Get out of my face, Jared. Where did you go?
Well, they won't let you, Luke. They won't let you mind your own business. I just want to be left alone, but they don't want to leave me alone.
Oh man, don't I feel that?
Did you
I
see
want to be
the
alone.
Karen that was fussing?
Do you
The guy
remember the old
polluting.
lady? She said, "I want to be alone."
Polluting the atmosphere by idling his electric car.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
I
That
said,
English
seriously.
chick,
Yeah.
God, dumb as a stump. The guy's like, really? You know, you realize this car doesn't burn any gas. Well, she never got it.
No, she couldn't get it. She could not
Oh.
wrap it right.
Nice.
What's these?
Here's your lizard representation, Lorenzo. I just know
That is an amphibian,
It's an
not
amphibian,
a lizard.
right? We discussed
All
this.
right, well, nobody likes salamandroid. Let me.
Hey now, hey now. I take that personally, Mister.
I know, right? Let me find a lizard for you.
Did you know that you could get a commission
Let's see if this meets with Doc.
from either me, Kevin McDougal, or Don Edwards over on the Out of Obscurity
Oh, really?
campaign? Yeah, you can get any character you want, 11 by 17 traditional.
Nice.
Any character you want, your
I'm
choice.
intrigued.
It's
Very nice.
$1.75,
Oh, all right.
which is a
Reasonable.
heck of a deal.
And it was you and
Yeah,
who,
it is.
who were the other
Kevin
two with?
McDougal and Don Edwards are, you might know him as Don Draws stuff.
Oh yeah. No, Don Draws. Okay, yeah. And where would I know McDougal from? What has he done?
He's done a few things. He's the drawing luchador.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen a little bit. Huh. Okay.
Man, there's a
Interesting.
lot in comics news today. I mean, John Malin launching, unfortunately, over on Pink. But,
Well,
you know,
That's all
there's
right.
also the
He's
news
gonna-
that some
he-
people are upset that
he
he's
will
not
be
done with it and
bringing-
he's launching a second chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
He will
hey,
be
I'm
bringing
glad
something
How about
glad
that
he
first
did
chance?
because I missed out on the first one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
It's,
mean, I wanted the project, but apparently not bad enough.
it's touchy for me because I talked to my brother-in-law who hasn't done a lot of this crowdfunding stuff, and I talked him into backing it, and now it's been how long? You know, so
too long.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, he's like he's not gonna want to do it again.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't God like the one that Malin effed up on the end of the first 30 days, and he was drinking with Cecil. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Instead of
God,
continuing
dog,
it, he
dude.
ended it.
They're like, oh my God, what are you doing, dude?
You shouldn't drink and stream.
I was screaming at him in the chat. Hit the button, stupid.
Yeah, he kind of messed up on that one. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Phoenix dropped this on Twitter. I'll read it to you if it's a little small. A great penciler can only do so much for a bad inker. A great inker can elevate mediocre pencils. A bad colorist can render a great inker's job pointless. Everyone has an impact role, one way or another. I'd agree.
Phoenix
with that.
who?
Exactly. If you don't have a good team, then one of those elements sucks.
Phoenix who?
That was
Kills everything else.
the Phoenix Press.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I'll say this. This is a question with Charles, who's a mega collector, and I talk about: would you rather have a great story with bad art, or great art and bad story. And I'm all for a great story, even if it's stickman. Just tell me a good story. So, yeah, I want great art, but if something's got to suffer.
It's got to be passable, though. I mean,
You know,
if I can't look at it, then I can't read it. You know, I'll read a book, but
well, that's what I'm saying. We'll read a book without an illustration.
yeah, yep.
So why does this keep happening?
All of this
What
has
is
happened
what?
before.
What keeps
All of this will happen again.
The influential I Was a Teenage Werewolf was released on this date in 1954, made $84,000. It grossed $2 million. Made for $84K. That's what it was. It grossed $2 million and supercharged the hunger for independent teen exploitation films. After the comics code was relaxed, Roy Thomas got the idea to cross it with Spider-Man and get Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, they're right back.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Great looking poster.
Yeah, it is. I was actually looking for. Let me tell you who gets less credit than comic book artists or movie poster artists from back in the day. If you find a movie poster you like, a painted one like the one I found for the color scheme, A Damn Dirty Thing, is called Born to Kill. I can't find a credit for that artist anywhere, and so I started looking at that.
Hey,
and
Lorenzo.
there's just not a lot of credit given out to the guys who were making those posters.
Oh, Tom Baker trending on
that's
Twitter
true.
probably means he died.
I hope not.
He's old.
Yeah.
So am I, damn it. Don't scare me like that.
I see that Luna Vox is going Volume 1 and 2, Second Chance Campaigns, coming to Find My Comic, August 16th.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that. Seems like a while for that one too, but I don't know how
I
many.
did-
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I did back that on Indiegogo already, but that was an Ethan recommendation. He was the one that kind of brought that to my attention, and can't say I watch as much as of him as I used to, but I took his recommendations. I would look over the project and it's like, hey, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, visually that book is amazing, and it's not normally something that I would be into, but
Guys, the dinner bell
Yeah.
has rang.
I got a bounce too.
So I am
guess.
gonna,
You
I'm
better
gonna go
eat
get
it.
some of that food.
Get your eat on,
Get some of
brother.
them vittles.
There you go.
Go on, get your eat on. Yum.
Vittles. There you go.
Gotta fill
There's
that
a
tank.
southern turn.
All right, I got a bounce
Feel
too.
that
I got to
tank.
get some work done. So I'll be lurking.
All right,
Rex. Peace
All right,
out.
watch that wrist.
Later,
Luke,
buddy.
don't forget to send him the link for that compression glove.
Oh yes, I will do that.
He'll be needing that.
Yep. Very important to have that stuff.
hey, Luke, one question before you leave. Do you any update on the street team stuff you had mentioned?
Oh yes. Hopefully I'll have the link up. I'm gonna be working at it probably a little bit tomorrow and then Friday night to get the link up. The flyer was done, but now I want to change the flyer because Shanth and Jetty threw over some new branding for the site, and now I want to match it up.
Okay.
So I just want to match that up, and I have to change over all the graphics for the shirt and everything.
Is it geared towards creators or
Fans.
Fans too. Okay.
And it's all fans.
Okay.
We're focusing more on fans, really.
Yeah.
Because, even if you are a creator, you probably started as a fan.
Yep. Absolutely.
So it's it's
Yeah. I mean,
definitely
And
the
most
ones that I
creators are still fans of somebody.
Yeah, the ones I had printed out, I shared strictly with artists and creators.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's gonna be well as far as like as
Justin.
far as who could basically you can give them to. It's gonna be both.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's enough on there to satisfy both.
I got 2 cons on my horizon, so
Nice, yeah. Yeah, I got a con this weekend. So.
Well, thank you again for coming in, Luke. Hope you enjoy your dinner.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Hug the kids, kiss the wife, go back to
What
work.
you having, Luke?
I think we're having I don't know if it's chili or if it's cheesy hash brown potatoes.
Ooh.
Like
Either way,
sausage.
sounds-
It's got smoked
sounds
sausage.
pretty
in it.
good. So.
Yeah.
You
I
can
mean,
combine
really-
the two and they'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're making me hungry.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. And I'm going to come here and finish this page I'm working on. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just
Working
don't
on a
overdo
Chrome
it.
Dog.
We need you. We need you in comics, Luke.
Oh, I'm going to be around for a while, guys.
All right, like
Lord
a thorn
willing.
in the flesh.
Lord
He's
willing, and
he's
the
not
creek don't
Tom
rise.
Baker old.
There you go.
Yep. Yep. Until
See you
I'm Tom Baker old.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You have a good one.
Why
Take care,
is,
Michelle.
just to answer Joseph Dredd's question, why is Tom Baker trending on Twitter? I really have no idea.
No idea. We'll see you guys. Bye.
No.
Take care.
Take care.
But
And
my guess was he probably died if he's on Twitter.
I always worry
Oh,
about
no.
that every time I see somebody's name.
Don't say that.
If
He
he's
is in his
trending,
80s.
I mean that's God. What's Tom Baker up to? Why would he be trending?
Maidens
Maybe he got
of
canceled.
Mayhem.
He got
Waka,
canceled.
waka.
Dude, he should have got canceled years ago, man. He was banging his co-stars.
Oh, that's
geez.
true. Yeah.
Don't tell me that stuff, man. He's one of my top 2 Doctor Who's.
Oh,
so-
dude, he married one of the Romanas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah.
Yep.
The one that was with him longest.
And she was a little firecracker, dude. I've seen
Yes,
some
she was.
interesting photos of
Have you,
Those photos
Have you-
always get out. I tell my son that. Don't do anything.
I,
stupid.
you know,
Oh,
yeah,
they
It
do,
don't-
yeah.
always comes out.
and that was before the internet, dude. These
Yeah.
things came out. You know, it was wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
Tom Baker is
all right, nobody cares about that, so we'll move
89
along.
years old, actually.
Tried to show some sexy women, nobody cared.
I cared.
Yeah. Did you know? I did not know till today. Going in for a heart catheter procedure. Keep me in your prayers. Jimmy Reyes.
Oh geez.
Picture of him there in the hospital.
Wow.
That's what you do when everybody gets out of hand on the panel. You just, throw in something somber. But Pent, he says, I want to express my gratitude to Comicsgate for all the kind messages wishing me a quick recovery. It's true that my heart condition has worsened. However, I'm starting a new therapy and still find the time to draw for a few hours every day. This book will be delivered, he said.
Jeez. I'm sure the backers aren't worried about that at this point. More worried about him getting better.
And Terror in the Trenches, man. I've already received. I just backed it the other day. Just found out that it's still in demand.
Yeah, I think it is still the man, but but it's also
fulfilling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fulfilling right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've already received my tracking number, which is
Dang.
amazing.
I'm
Nice.
jealous. Now I got to check my email. But I backed it a while ago.
Mine was just one book, so a signed book with the.
Yeah, that's
so
all
they,
I got.
They may have sent those out first.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't
there's
know.
no
Mine was a
reason.
recent order. Maybe they said, "Oh, we got a new order. Let's put it together and send it out." I don't know.
I'll be.
Were you ever into Transformers? I really was too old for that, but here's Grimlock.
I always like Grimlock, but oh wow, All right, is this animated or does he actually do this?
No, he does it, and he says it's extinction time.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Well, I'm starting to like Transformers now, more now. Wow, that's kind of cool.
I know, I like that. Oh, check my Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had no idea about Jimmy Reyes either, Eric. That he was going in for,
Yeah, I guess he's got some kind of heart thing going on.
procedure. Yeah.
I
Came
guess
as a
he's
complete surprise.
in the hospital right now, and he's like still been tweeting stuff out and doing drawing. So hopefully he's doing okay. Prayers for Jimmy.
There you go, Tank.
Hey,
I responded.
Tank Ferret's in the chat. Howdy, howdy.
Tank Ferret is indeed in the chat. He'll be joining us here in a moment, I think.
Oh,
I don't know. Because he'll be right back. He has to come on, and he says, "I'll be right back." What the hell?
Did you guys catch the
like
interview with Ethan on Pete Sameti's channel?
What's that?
Did I catch the what?
The interview with Ethan Van Sciver on Pete Sameti's channel.
No, I
did
that
not.
one.
I think I saw something on that.
There you go. Is that Julie Newmar?
That is Julie Newmar.
Nice.
The legs that keep on giving.
Yeah, and Catwoman.
Yeah.
I've been watching Batman 66 of late. I'm on season 2 right now, and I must say that she's just the bomb.
Yeah, I did. I met her. I met her about.
Did you really?
Geez. Yeah, like
at a convention.
Like 15 years ago, maybe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I
Was
go
you still holding up okay back then?
What's that?
I said, was she still holding up all right at that point?
Well, I mean, for her age, she looked okay,
Yeah, for her age.
She's
Well, I
she was
mean,
very
15
old.
years ago, she had been probably 60 already. So
Yeah, I think she was older than that. I think she may have been 70 at that point. But
oh shit, really? Wow.
yeah, but
She's older than I thought.
Yeah, I went with the full intention of buying a Batgirl photo, and she had this photo of her that was taken, I think, before she did Batman, of her wrapped in a towel, and I'm like, I gotta get that. so I ended up with that, but she was funny. She was fun.
Oh, wait, that's not Julie Newmar, dude. That's
I'll find it for you, Joseph. Just give me a second.
Julie Newmar was Catwoman. Your Batgirl was
Oh well, yeah, you're right. I meant Catwoman. Sorry.
Okay,
yeah.
She was really cute too, though.
Yeah, she was.
What was her name?
Yeah,
Barbara
but I would
something?
take Julie Newmar over her any day.
Oh,
Julie Newmar had some sex appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although when what's her face was on Star Trek, and I'd take that little green girl. Oh.
that was Batgirl. What was her
I
name?
was
I
like,
forgot now.
that turned me into a Star Trek fan. Then.
Yeah. He was Bones or Boner.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, Joseph.
I'm a doctor,
This
not a
is
miracle
the link to Pete Sameti's homepage on YouTube.
Okay, guys, I gotta show you something. I'm too excited for this.
I'm sorry. Say that again, would you?
I gotta show you something.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Let's see.
His new Barbie.
He went to the Barbie movie.
All right. Oh God. All right. So I ordered a new tablecloth for the convention that's coming up.
Has it got Rev on there, or has it got something else? Crips and
Bulkhead
Legend?
Studio.
That'll be like a little bit later over time, but instead.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Check that out. Hell yeah.
Now you're cooking, Stephen B. Look at
There
that.
you go.
6 feet.
I love that logo. You should have that made into a patch, stickers, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm working on that.
Oh yeah, dude, that's gonna look great draped across the front of your table.
This is gonna look way more professional.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell
That's
yeah.
nice.
Or even behind the table. You gonna do it behind you or as a table?
In front of me.
Yeah, like a table skirt.
It's a tablecloth.
Oh, oh, very
Yeah,
cool.
just drape it over the table,
Yeah.
especially in front where it's
Yeah, well, you
got all
want
the-
your logo to be,
Yep.
seen on the front.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
you
lot
don't
of guys
want a
don't think
lot
about
on the
that.
other side because you're going to be sitting on that side, right?
So
And
now
interfering
I
with
got a
the
major upgrade.
Yeah, you get a banner made too to set behind you, and you'll be set, bro.
Yeah,
I have it.
you'll
I
be
have
ready
it.
to roll.
Yeah, he has a banner. There you go.
Oh shit! Well, all right, man. Look at you.
Oh, Dr. Mask, I meant to show you this. I may have already shown you this. So if I did, it's got a real golden age
Yeah,
feel
brother.
to it. Signed by Eric Larson here, 9.8
Nice.
CBCS. This was first one that I got CBCS that was actually signed, signature series. So that's what
Well,
their
that's cool.
labels were. But
So who's the
sorry for the
who's
glare.
the big guy?
That's the yellow claw or the claw. I think it's
Okay.
the claw.
So he just
along with-
used them. He
with
reused
Daredevil.
the characters. Okay, that's
Public
cool.
domain, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
That's
even
awesome.
a distressed cover. If you look there on the spine, it looks like
Yep.
it's torn and it's
That's awesome.
distressed a little bit. I said, hell yeah. I just like it for that. And the price
Yeah.
was right.
absolutely.
Yeah. I paid $75.73 for it. 9.8.
Too bad Eric Larson seems to have gone off the rails, but hey.
Yeah, I actually met him in 1985, and he was trying to sell that Megaton comic that had the first appearance of Savage Dragon, the Dragon. He was just called back then. Yeah,
Nice.
I didn't buy it. I said, "Well, this
So
is
now,
cool, but I'm
I
going to
just
look
need
at
to
some
get
other
the
things."
prints and it'll be all set to go.
It was an intriguing book. Now, when are you going to be going to your next convention, Stephen?
August 19th.
Okay. Well, that'll be here before you know it, bro. I mean, that's exactly a month away. Are you getting excited?
I am.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a convention at some point. I know I'm gonna hate the lines though. The lines have grown since I last went.
And when I ordered the tablecloth, I wasn't sure when it was going to get here. So when it told me that it was going to take like, I don't know, I think it was like probably 5 days for it to get made or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I was like, so it's going to take. So I ordered it like at the end of the last month.
Yeah, I did.
Those were the days. That's the stuff you need to go back and watch.
Was it the movie Darwin?
What, Bionic Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or stuff from that time period, you know.
Or Big Valley. He's
Yeah.
in Big Valley too.
There you go. The Fall Guy.
The Fall Guy, yeah. That was good too.
Yeah.
For a while, you know.
Yep.
That was his then wife, right? Vera.
Was it Heather Thomas?
Oh, speaking of Transformers, this was cool by Rodrigo Oliveira. It's just called Ship. I thought this was awesome. I'd buy that. Hell yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but the head is the wheel of the ship. Like the old wooden wheel of the ship.
And what's this
It's
from?
like a ship transformed. It's just a piece he did.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a face. He's got a ship of, the wheel of the ship.
I mean, just that picture, it intrigues you. You're like, what is the story behind this,
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you had never heard of a GoBot or a Transformer.
Yep.
You remember this movie, Mask? Can you name this just from the photo?
Cujo.
Cujo. That's Cujo. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a pretty badass movie, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Welcome to the show,
Yeah.
Tank Fair.
There he is. What's up, Tank?
Hey, Bert.
Hey, Tank.
All right.
Hey,
everybody.
Hi.
I think Bert. All right, so I gotta get going and go eat.
We'll see
Is
you,
that
Steve.
sorry, y'all? I'll leave my link to my
Okay. Oh, yeah.
campaign.
He's gonna drop one in the chat before he leaves. What's for dinner, Steven?
Pizza.
Pizza.
Ah,
Mm,
that's
very
what I
nice.
had for lunch and for dinner last night. Rest in peace, Farrah. Yes.
I often have pizza for breakfast.
And I'm dropping my link to my channel.
Absolutely. Everybody should head over there and sub.
Yes.
Elliot
Yeah,
Rodriguez dropped these. He's been posting stuff, some of his artwork on Twitter.
Oh, I love his stuff, man.
Here's Wraith of
Yeah.
God.
All right,
Oh, dude, I saw that one the other day.
I'm gone.
King
Yeah.
Cryptid.
Awesome.
Everyone.
Cryptid, look at Elliot's
Check out-
badass, dude.
He said people were giving him a hard
Thank
time
you,
about the
Steven.
Wraith of God one. That they
Oh,
thought he
really?
was trying to make money off of it. And like he was selling prints of it, and he said, "No, I'm not selling prints of it." I don't know. People are weird.
Well, here's
Some
Godlike.
people
I
are
mean,
weird, man.
there's King Cryptid. Yeah, Wraith
Didn't-
of God. I don't know.
Yeah,
Didn't
that's,
Pete use that in the
that's
King
just a
Cryptid
great
comic?
piece, dude.
He did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
That's
bet
awesome.
you Aaron himself is proud of
Why
that.
didn't they say the thing about Isom or whatever the character?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a
Talk
big
about
campaign.
wanting to make money. Hey, Glenn, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Oh, Glenn.
Read your DM. Glenn sent you.
I mean, what do you do if you're at a
Alright.
convention and you're an artist and somebody says, "Hey, draw me this guy"? I mean, you draw him, right? I mean, it's not like
I try, Glenn. I try.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's. I bet you that kind of criticism comes from the anti-crowd,
yeah,
where they buy prints of unlicensed Marvel and DC characters at conventions all the time.
right.
Oh, yeah.
So
Bro.
That's if they have any money to buy anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
They're not
Yeah.
living in mom's basement and just downloading PDFs of every fucking thing.
oh yeah.
Dude, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
even. I've got a million of them that people have sent me in CG with all the backings I've done. They just come for free. I've never opened any of them. I don't. I don't want to have anything to do with the digital comics.
Oh, I understand. Some people are like that. Some people are physical purists, and it's respectable.
Yeah, I know. Graham Nolan did the digital free if you purchased it on the first one, and then he was done with that digital after that.
Yeah, well, to me too, it's too easy for people to steal your shit and try to use it for their own purposes. You know, you're just like giving it away, and it's just it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, you know, if it's not worth stealing.
That's true.
Well, that's true too. I mean, you know, if it's not good enough to do anything with, then you don't have to worry about it, right?
Well, and here's the thing, right? If you could, and I've talked to a couple of cybersecurity experts and whatnot. I was like, and we figured out that if we could track the number of seeds and leeches from torrent sites, right, we can report that on our taxes as shrinkage. That's and yeah, it totally flies. I talked to tax attorneys, so you like talk to your tax attorney about getting that tracked down and count that as shrinkage.
Rex, are you gonna be hanging out for a few minutes?
Me?
Yeah, you're gonna be going for a little while longer yet.
Yes.
All right, I just had a weird phone call. I
Yes, sir.
gotta check out. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, purchase a pound and a half for me. Oh, shoot.
Iron Maiden, I guess,
Little John Byrne there.
they were using the torrent sites to monitor where their stuff was getting downloaded, so they could plan where their concerts were going to be.
See, That's smart. That's what you
That's
want to do.
brilliant.
You head to your market. You find out where your market is. It can be used. Like theft of product is always going to happen. Counterfeiting of product is going to happen. And yeah, you have to send your cease and desist letters, and you have to do your legal obligations in order to protect your ownership of the property. But at the same time, there's opportunities to be had in there. And that's why I say, talk to your tax attorney about that. And if you don't have a tax attorney, dude, get a tax. If you have a business, get a tax attorney.
Absolutely.
Everybody who crowdfunds comics and whatnot should, have a tax attorney. And they're not expensive around tax time. They're real cheap. And they'll give you a couple hours of their time. They'll go through stuff. They'll have their assistant go through your stuff, and they'll get you squared away. And, as long as you're not using a CPA, right? CPAs are great. You definitely want to have a CPA on tap if you have one, but CPAs swear allegiance to the IRS, right? They're legally obligated to look out for the IRS's interests. So there's only so much playing that they can do with your finances. But if you talk to a tax attorney, and you're looking for the keyword you're looking for here is tax attorney or fiduciary. And they're legally obligated to look out for.
You were
I'm sorry.
crackling there. We didn't hear you.
Bit.
Okay, so like a CPA, they're looking out for the IRS interests. They're legally obligated to do so, right? But a fiduciary is legally obligated to look out for your financial interests. So look for a fiduciary tax attorney and get them to work with you on your taxes. And, open your books, get them thoroughly, make sure your bookkeeping is tight too. Make sure all your stuff is itemized.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck those guys over.
It doesn't have to be,
I think I lost him.
Kind of crackled out there. Maybe not completely. Today
because
in
the more
history,
organized your books are, the faster and easier it is for them to and more efficient internet.
he didn't even realize he had crackled
Yeah.
out.
No, I didn't.
He just kept talking.
But long and short, get an attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
What do you think about an LLC? Do you need that, or you just need a tax ID?
I would highly recommend an
Not a
LLC
bad
or an
idea.
S corp.
Okay.
LLC, you're paying double taxes, but you have a lot of extra legal protections, but you're actually paying less in taxes. But with an S corp, you're paying a little more in taxes, but you have more legal protection, but more restrictions. So once again, this is where you want to consult a paid professional, somebody who's
Right.
got a license. That's
You're
what I
not
do.
an
man.
attorney. So,
I am not an attorney.
let's
I
just say
cannot
that.
give you legal advice. No.
No, it's good advice though.
Yeah, I trained to be a fiduciary. And then I realized that I would pluck my eyeballs out if I had to do that for a living.
Yeah, I hear that.
I can point people in the right direction, though. That's one of the things that I learned a lot of is like, wow, so many people do it wrong, especially small business owners. It's good to have an attorney on tap. It's make friends with an attorney who will do some work for you just because they're your friend. And then, of course, you scratch their back too. A little quid pro quo.
Yeah,
You
I
hook
do
them
have
up
an
with some
attorney.
product.
I do have an attorney friend, but he sues other attorneys, so I don't know how that's going to go.
Hey, that's the type of scum we need. Hey, well, look, I ain't proud of it, but in California, I got popped for a felony. Now, it is one of those. I had a marijuana concentrate, right? And back when it was illegal, and it was a brief window where it was illegal. I dropped $7,000 out of my life savings and got the scummiest lawyer in Beverly Hills, where their parking in their garage was $25 an hour.
Damn.
I dropped $7,000 on this guy and got the case dismissed. That a DA is just a lawyer with political aspirations, and that a lawyer and that a judge is just a lawyer with political connections. So they all know each other. Like when my court case came to happen, my lawyer from a totally different district, right, walked up to the DA, and they shook hands. They had a brief conversation. Case dismissed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. Because I got busted with a little bit of hash. That's what it was. I got busted for a little bit of hash, but it cost me $7,000.
Yeah.
No.
That was some expensive hash, King.
Hey, dude, that was the most expensive hash I ever had, and I'll tell you, it was good, but not that good.
Next time,
No hash is
get it
that
delivered.
good, brother. I've had some really good hash, and none of it's worth $7,000 a gram.
No,
That's
no.
true. Or a pound.
And like I said, it was in a brief window where it was a felony. Like it was legal, then it wasn't legal, and then it was legal again.
Yeah. Well, I actually worked in the legal industry.
Oh,
for a
so
couple
you were
of years.
justified.
So
Am I really breaking up real bad?
I used to
I don't
make
know.
that
Yeah, a little
stuff.
bit. I mean, not always. Not too bad.
I'm gonna close
Legal.
some windows and see if that helps.
Okay. Tom and Jerry first made their appearance under their own names on this date in 1941. Cartoon called The Midnight Snack. They were previously known as Jasper and Jinx.
Wow.
The pair went on to win 7 Oscars, including one for the 2 Musketeers in 1952.
Yeah, didn't Tom used to be Jasper? Pretty sure.
Yeah, you're going way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Dropping
say
knowledge.
yes. Nobody will know the difference, except
There you go.
maybe Dr. Mask.
I tell you, if you're not learning something new every day, you just ain't doing it right.
Yeah. Why get up in the morning?
Okay.
Now, Shadowhawk and Dr. Mask, here's a collection that you might want to add to your collection, because I know
Ooh.
you both like old books and you like terror. Adventures into Terror, the Atlas Comics Library, #1. Some of that pre-code horror.
Yeah, that's cool.
Looks like a
What's
beefy,
that going for, Rex? And where can I find?
I would, if I ventured to guess, I'd probably say $79.99, maybe less.
Is this new?
maybe
Is it something that recently came out, or?
that I do not know. I would.
No.
Let me see if I have the link for it.
But
Mo-
I mean,
most
this was
of the-
like
most of
kind of
these
like
books-
almost like an omnibus type thing, right? Like a big old.
Well, you know, they do a bunch of those that I wouldn't call them omnibuses, but
Well, yeah, because it's not got everything, but you know what I mean. But it's like a big
I
old
can
stack collection.
Where do you want me to drop the link? On your Instagram?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Oh, $34.99. Oh, snap. How
Are you
about
kidding
that?
me? How many pages?
It's you're pre-ordering, but yeah, $34.99.
Wow, that's not bad.
I'll drop that in the that's from fantagraphics.com. Let me
Oh, very cool.
drop that.
I didn't know they were still around.
Might have to pre-order one of those come Friday.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I could help. All right, so there's
All right.
the link in the chat, and I'll drop that for you on Instagram, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Wow.
Might have
How's my audio
Yeah.
now?
That'll look real nice.
Sounds
on
good.
a bookshelf. Oh, one more time. Thanks. Sorry.
How's my audio now? Is that better?
Well, I think,
Yeah.
I think it's a little better.
You-
It's not
For
perfect,
now.
but it's
I mean, you were
yeah.
kind of in and out before. It wasn't constant.
Yeah, I'm on my Chromebook, which is like a potato-powered wooden computer.
Wow.
Are you just using the Chromebook mic, or do you have a separate one?
No, I'm using my headset
Oh, okay.
because right now, like my neighbor, you know, as soon as I go, all right, cool, I'm gonna go jump on this show. My neighbor goes, you know what? Now's a perfect time to mow my lawn.
Yeah. Oh, I know, dude. It's terrible around here. I got cops going by all the time and shit. I'm trying to scream. And it's like,
My neighbor waits till we're having a party on the deck.
everybody
and then he
thinks I live like
mows his lawn.
deep in the hood or something, but I'm just like 2 blocks away from the fire station and the police station. So
Oh, so quick bit of double flyer business, Rex.
Nice.
I'll have a picture. I'll have a picture. Hopefully by like
Alright,
either
who
late
was
tonight
on the
or
social
early
media?
tomorrow for you. And then
Okay.
any corrections need to be done, we'll do them, and then I'll get that
Ow.
shipped out to you as quickly as possible,
See
like
what I mean?
by the next day. And I'll get you your tracking number.
Okay. Yeah, that's Anna as
Is that Marilyn? Her
yeah, it's
her
Marilyn. Supposed to
wannabe?
be Marilyn Monroe. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've been hearing about it. I haven't seen this one yet.
No. Okay.
I like
Yeah,
her
she's
Vampirella. She made a good little Vampirella.
yeah, she dropped a couple of them more recently. I think one of them was. I agree with
Her
Shakespeare.
Lady Death wasn't too shabby either.
Kill all the
That was-
lawyers in Minecraft.
That's what do you call 10,000 lawyers at the bottom of the ocean?
Good
Damn
start.
The Hitchcock
Yeah,
method
that's
of filmmaking: film your murders like love scenes, and film your love scenes like murders.
Ooh, that's an interesting philosophy. I like that.
Yeah,
That sounds very Hitchcockian.
it does, doesn't it?
They said he was a really weird dude, man. Like all the female stars that worked with him were like, he put me through the hell.
Yeah. Oh, even the Mummery, that was on Lost in Space. It was like, yeah, he was scary as I'll get out.
Oh, Billy Murray.
Today's episode 447, brought to you by Smoochers Sticky Jam for longer kisses. That way, 10 smacks.
You still love those?
Oh, dude, I had like a stack of those things when I was a kid.
Did you collect Garbage Pail Kids by any means?
No, I was a little old for Garbage Pail Kids. I appreciated them. I thought they were funny.
My brother
Anyone get
collected them.
the Inglorious Rex Del Keown T-shirt?
Oh, that thing looks so awesome.
Well,
I
anything
got
Del
I got to
Keown,
hold
right?
back on the t-shirts. I got so many t-shirts. I'm like, God, do I need another
Really?
t-shirt?
Oh, dude, I gotta do a just a video of just all my CG shirts one of these days. I get
That's awesome. Yeah.
2/3 of my closet.
It's like
I don't
the
know
new-
who this is. Dan. David Conway. I don't know. Do you know David Conway?
Maybe if I see it.
He's the one that did this. He had a green version and he had a blue version of Salamandroid. That's what I showed her earlier.
Oh, okay. A green version?
Oh, that's
you might
great.
appreciate it.
Yeah, that's nice.
That is cool though. I like that, man.
Very stoic.
So do you think Shadowhawk, you might take somebody up like Luke Stone on a commission for a Salamandroid? Mm-hmm. For $1.75?
I may.
I love how cagey is about that. Hey, Black Cat. I may not.
I've got a couple other people that have already promised me sales, and I've just been waiting for the timing and my money to be right. So
And
my
didn't
money's
you
right
say
now.
that
It's
you're?
just a matter of timing.
Didn't you say your Peter Gilmore was on the way? The werewolf piece.
My werewolf, is due any day now.
How much did
and
that
it's
cost
the
you?
classic tank.
Oh,
It's
dude, you're not gonna
it's
believe
the
this
Larry
shit.
Taub at the
It was,
Universal. Oh, it's cool.
RV
cut you a
auction
deal?
from a couple months back.
Oh,
Yep.
he got it on
And I don't
auction
know-
for $60.
Dude, I don't know why nobody was bidding
Oh
on
my
it.
God.
I
Oh,
had
get
no
all over
money.
that.
I really
And he
could.
didn't charge him any shipping all the way over
Yeah.
from the UK.
Oh my God. That had
Well,
to be like
I
what,
bought
he
some
just
pieces.
gave
$25
it to him.
to
I
ship.
bought pieces from Peter before.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But
He's a cool guy.
yeah, Peter's awesome, man.
I gotta
But
get him.
yeah,
to do
no,
something.
for whatever reason, nobody was bidding, and I was like, oh, I can't let this fucking thing go. So I threw down 60. That was the minimum, like that he wanted. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, Peter. I'll send you some extra money.
Yeah, I do that stuff all the time. I'm like, you know what?
That was
I don't
King's
feel
last
bad, man. If
auction
nobody
there.
else is gonna bid, man, and I can do
Yeah.
it, I'll jump in there. Especially, I mean, a Peter Gilmore werewolf piece, dude. I don't know if you've seen this thing, but it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
No, I don't even need to see it to know it's amazing.
I know.
You had me at Peter Gilmore.
Yeah, dude, the dude is I mean, I got the original Wart the Wizard and stuff, and I knew him from Andy's show, and he's really cool. I had no idea, man. When was that Super Dead came out, I was like, ooh, Peter's got a dark side. And then the first Jack the Ripper came out, and I was like blown away, man. I was like, this guy is
Dude, he's leveled up so much.
oh,
and
dude, like
I'm jealous.
astronomically, man, like it's crazy. Have you seen the architecture and shit? And oh my god, dude! It's
Oh,
like,
I dig that stuff. I love good backgrounds.
yeah. Oh man, some of the stuff that he does is just like I sit there and stare at it. It's like, oh fuck, I haven't turned a page in 4 minutes.
Background isn't the right word. Environments.
Yep.
I love good
Yeah, there you
environments,
go.
whether it's in the foreground, the midground, or the background. But
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
love a
it's
good
all gotta
immersive
blend
environment.
together. But
I mean, there's
yeah,
a time and place for empty backgrounds. There's a time and place for action lines. But when you're trying to establish stuff,
I mean,
and you're
maybe
setting
he was-
moods, yeah, it's
maybe
got to
he
be
was
there.
just waiting for the moment to unleash this stuff, and everybody, would go,
You gotta
wow.
You gotta
I don't
immerse
know,
people
but
in the
man,
experience.
whatever happened, the dude is just—he's completely on another level at this point.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you can tell he's passionate about it. He probably wasn't as
Oh, yeah.
passionate about the other stuff.
Yeah, I just like his attitude, man. He's such a cool, just
Oh,
typical,
yeah.
typical English.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's a solid fellow,
Yeah, solid fellow.
All
Yeah.
those CG UK guys I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them I've met, man. You gotta watch out for them bogans, though. Some of them.
They'll take off and go to Bendigo for a green cube on you.
They go all orange koala on you.
They can all drop bare at the turn of a hat.
It's funny though. I'm friends with quite a few of the Aussie bunch, but man,
Oh,
some
yeah.
of them are just wacky as fuck, man.
I love them. Everyone from Bancroft to Dean to Kimasabi, even Risey Lee. I love you, Risey.
Oh, dude, Risey's my boy now, man.
Yeah, for real.
Risey wants a stiff drink, a taco, and an orgasm when he gets home.
That's right.
All at the same time.
All at the same time. Right.
He's gonna
Sounds
go
like a
full
George
Bender from
Costanza thing.
Futurama.
Yeah. Or was it Costanza when he's
Yeah.
eating a
Watching TV.
pastrami sandwich while he's in bed with the girlfriend and he's talking to Jerry on the phone. You're not gonna believe it, Jerry. The trifecta.
That's great. That's fantastic. What you got going up here?
Oh God. No. No. No.
Well,
Why?
we got people
I've heard
complaining
that's
that.
a massive failure. Hey, how about that?
Well, I mean, people were complaining about Barbie being all feminist and stuff like that. I'm like, when was it not?
Yeah, but I mean, when people are complaining about Barbie being feminist, it's got to be
Dude,
pretty over
I
the
ha-
top, right?
Now I have to watch it and see how they went too far because I'm like, dude, Barbie's always been girl power.
Yeah,
Like that was
I
the whole
mean,
point of Barbie, why it was invented. The woman who invented Barbie wanted a girl power
yeah,
toy.
But, the last 20 years, dude, they've spent like
Yeah.
destroying that from within. They're like trying to redesign her to be more realistic
Yeah.
to the modern woman, and
It's a freaking
Yeah.
doll. Get over it.
it's all horseshit.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just gonna say this, man. Anybody who's got personal body imagery issues from my Barbie doll has deeper issues than just getting their imagery off a Barbie doll.
Yeah, no shit.
Absolutely.
Why
I'm
are
gonna
you
s-
getting your body imagery off of Barbie doll first?
I'm just saying that you're a walking paycheck for a therapist.
Yeah, or a cult.
For real. Somebody's getting that money.
Somebody's gonna be leading you around and taking your money. That's-
And you know what? I hope you improve from it. I wish you the best. I really do. Hey,
It seems, it
if you're
seems like a good life choice. for
hey,
you.
if sipping Kool-Aid makes you a better person, guzzle
you,
away.
You grab all the Kool-Aid you can, dear.
Yeah, I think you only need one cup though.
Yeah, well, you build up a resistance like iocane powder.
Okay, there you go.
Hank, did you see Rob's
Never
thing that
exactly
he
the
did
facility
for me there?
death is on the left.
Think tank.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
that
it's
is
about a
so
group
cool.
of kids that are cybernetically linked, and they have like a holographic design tank.
Nice.
I'm all over that, man.
Yeah,
I love
knew you
tanks.
would
Since
be.
I was a kid, I love tanks.
Yeah, blowing shit up.
I mean, tanks are just cool. They're
They
fucking-
really
Oh, I
are.
had a
And
little plastic tank that went with the little plastic figures, you know.
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, there wasn't
Oh,
much
dude,
to it, but it was a
some
lot
of
of
my
fun.
favorite toys. I had a G.I. Joe tank, and then I think you guys remember. I think it was called Men of Action. They're around in
yeah,
they had the little bases, and you could rotate them. They like swiveled at the waist, but it had a little ratcheting sound effect. So if the guy had a machine gun, it'd go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
As
Didn't
it-
they do some Sergeant Rock ones of those too?
Oh,
I
run,
thought they-
rent, was it Renco?
Yeah, maybe.
Renco? Is that what the company's name
Damn.
was?
sorry, real quick, guys. Sorry.
Remco. That's what they're called. Remco.
Was it Remco?
Remco
Okay.
made the early '80s, mid '80s, somewhere in there, Sergeant Rock toys,
Ah,
which are really kind of hard to find. You know.
yeah, I haven't seen a lot of them. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm looking seriously now into getting me a disposable assassin toys from back in the day. I love that character, man. He's just so cool.
Scud, was that it?
Yeah, Scud. You ever seen him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got like
Yeah, I've got an
a,
issue or two, Scott.
they've got a translucent variant on eBay, man. It's just freaking awesome. Like I want it.
Yeah, I like the translucent plastic stuff.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they get me
Deadlift.
every time.
The old Tron figures.
Oh, dude, I had so much fun with those when I was a kid.
Micronauts.
It was awesome.
Micronauts.
Micronauts, dude. That was my jam.
And you still got them, don't you?
No, I wish I did.
You don't? Oh, okay.
No, my mom got
No
rid of
wonder
all
you
my
never
shit,
shown them
dude.
on the show.
No, dude, I had all the original 77 Star Wars stuff. I had the Millennium Falcon, a TIE Fighter, the Land Speeder, and an X-Wing, all the main cast, plus Jawas, all that stuff in pretty good shape because I took care of it. And
Yeah.
I moved out after my dad died because me and my mom got into a big old thing. I was gone for like a year. I come back home. The only thing that was left out of all of my stuff was my comics. Because my mom knew better than to touch those. I'd have fucking burnt the house down. If she had touched them.
Yeah. And he
That's
ain't
But
got
everything
that
else, all my toys, my models, I had all the fucking Universal monsters with the glow in the dark heads and hands. All that stuff was still
Well, it was going to eat your
in my
flesh.
room when I left.
It was
And then by the
radioactive.
time I got back, it was all gone. So shit happens, you know. But my comics survived. So
I hear those stories all the time, unfortunately.
mhm.
My mom threw it away, or mom sold it, or mine was self-inflicted because I had a comic collection of about 8,000 comics, and I was getting, I was like a senior in high school, and I'm like, geez, I'm not really buying comics anymore. I don't really care anymore, and so I sold it all so I could go on a trip. And the worst part is, less than a year later, I was a comic book dealer.
Fuck.
Somewhere.
Talk about life's little ironies.
Yes,
Jesus.
just stupid.
Somewhere in a backyard in a house in Vallejo, California, is a few $1,000s of Star Wars figures that sank into the swamps of Dagobah that I forgot to recover before we moved.
No,
It burned down, fell over, then sank into the swamp.
But the third one stood.
Oh, to include a vellum cape Darth Vader.
Ooh.
Oh,
I had
damn.
2 of those as a kid.
Dude, I had both of the versions.
Oh,
of
I
the
had one
Gallows,
of those.
the vinyl
Yeah.
and the cloth cape. I don't even know which one's more valuable anymore.
Yeah, and then when Wolverine came out in Secret Wars, I had the one with black, not silver. They were originally black claws
Wow.
that were clamp on.
Yeah, I used to have
And
those
that
too.
was- And they quickly turned it to why they ever went with black to begin with. I don't know, but because they quickly
Just a
turned it to
mistake.
silver. I guess, but don't you catch that when you launch a new line like
Where's
that?
the quality control, right?
Where is the
Well,
quality?
dude, I ended
control?
up getting the. I've got the 4 recalled figures that Todd McFarlane did on his first non-spawn campaign. I forget what it was called, Mega something, or I don't know. I had to.
This just in,
But,
Trump
he wasn't
indicted.
happy with a few of them, and he pulled them back, and I ended
Trump-
up getting them.
Trump indicted
Okay.
again for the death of rapper Tupac.
It's another
That's
day that ends in
bull.
Y.
We all know he took out Biggie.
It might have
He
been
set it all
another
up.
prison job. You know what I mean? Epstein.
Wait a minute, wasn't Tupac on that show that Trump used to do?
That's what I'm saying.
The Apprentice?
Connections. It's there somewhere,
Mhm.
folks.
Yeah,
Just search
Alright.
for it.
the Illuminati.
Put your
Man.
hats on and go for it.
Hey, where's Greg when you need him? Oh,
Oh, he's around. I'm sure. It
I'm
might have been
sorry,
the kid.
Greg.
It might have been the white, the Kiss shirt that Badak was wearing that scared him away earlier. And by
I
the
was
way,
gonna say something about. I was gonna say something about Doctor that earlier.
White
I
Nipple gets to
refrained.
say nothing on here.
What?
Nothing.
Yeah, lies and fabrication.
White Nipple.
You lie. I
You
can
know,
I'm
see
surprised
myself.
Gary didn't, say
Alright.
anything.
I attempted to change my icon in 3 different browsers, and it just would
How's
not
that?
let me. I don't know what it is. It worked
Yeah.
last time, but
You got it.
Hail
You're
chat.
such a liar,
Always good
dude.
to see you guys out there. Good stuff,
Now,
Carrie.
if you really want to
Oh,
talk,
yeah.
Dr. Mask, about some GOAT age comics or some comics history, you need to talk to Tank here. He knew editor-in-chief over at DC Comics, Julius Shorts, when he was a kid. He knew
Yeah.
Batman artist, who was it? Breyfogle?
Norm Brayfogle.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
Norm.
I was
Norm.
pals with him before he got big, and like we geeked out like schoolgirls when he landed the Batman gig.
Oh,
I've
damn.
got a Norm Breyfogle story. So I never got to meet him, which pains me to no end. But he used to sell artwork on his site and stuff. And I found he had the cover for Anarchy. I think it's number 8. It's a comic that they didn't actually do, but he had the cover all done. So I have that cover. It's just pencils. There's no inks on it.
Good stuff, says Tank was talking, Rex. He was about to say hi to me and talk about how great I am.
It's true. It's true. No lies detected.
It's damn
All right,
true.
well, I'm sorry. I'll
Good
Hell,
stuff
good
is
stuff.
good stuff.
What happened?
The name is apropos.
I
Rex
I
has
get-
fired himself.
He
Help!
felt so
help me
bad he
out.
kicked himself. Get out, you bastard.
That actually happened at NTC, at the National Training Center, when I was out there training on a tank. Like, my tank commander would routinely fire us and shift us around to our various positions. Like, driver would become gunner, gunner becomes the loader, et cetera, et cetera. And then after one engagement, we just did so poorly. He goes, you know, you're fired, and you're fired, and you're fired. You know what? I'm fired. I quit.
That sounds like, and you get one, and you get one. And
Oh, it was. It was an Oprah moment. Everybody
Yeah.
gets fired.
Now, Tank, I've got a
I used to
professional
do that to
question.
my
There's
kids.
5
So, you're
kids in
still
Think
fired.
Tank.
You can't fire
What
me.
type
I'm your
of
kid. I
tank
go
would
watch.
have 5 positions?
Now 5 positions, like like a Sherman. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sherman had a driver, a secondary driver who was also the hull gunner.
That's what
And
I
it
was
had a
thinking.
gunner, loader, and tank commander.
Mm-hmm.
After World War II, we basically went down to four-person tanks.
Okay.
And then, but the Soviets, as soon as they invented the autoloader with the T-72, they went down to 3-person crews.
Well, if they can think it up,
Oh,
if
really?
they wanted one of those big tread, heavy, very slow moving, 6 miles an hour,
Yeah.
World War One tanks, they
Oh.
could.
Oh no, for real! Like, those had they're land battleships.
Dude,
they had
have you
whole crews.
seen-
Yeah.
Have you seen the shit that our new tank? I mean, tank.
Wasn't there
no,
10 in one
Rex,
tank?
Have you seen what the new tanks can do?
Oh, they're
Like,
sexy.
The speeds they can move at and shit, dude, in the right terrain. Those
Oh, they can move
motherfucking things
on.
are.
Yeah.
They,
Well, you know why
they're
tanks.
not
You know why
slow
the
moving.
Abrams is governed down between, like, it depends on your unit. It's governed. The engine is governed between 41 and 45 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Because when you're going 70 miles per hour, the track stretches. And
Right.
when you try to turn at that speed, the tank goes just kind of spinning forward. And the
shit.
the left track goes one direction, the right track goes another direction. And those
Oh,
tracks,
and you're just fucked.
that's, you're looking at an average of 67 links per track. There's actually 66 on one side and 68 on the other side. Don't ask me why. But
I
and each
probably
one of
have
those
an
track sections weighs 150 pounds.
Yeah.
So you have literally tons of track flying off in different directions.
Okay, so what I'm saying though, dude, is like when you see footage of those things, say doing 40 miles an hour,
Yeah.
that's fucking
Oh, dude.
impressive.
Dude, it feels
Dude,
like you're
those
in a race
fucking-
car. I drove a tank. That's what I did. And I fought tooth and nail to stay in that driver's hole. I didn't want to
Oh
do
my
anything
God,
other than
man.
drive that tank.
I bet they look like they're a bunch of.
Well, I'm almost 5'11", so loading in an Abrams is a nightmare. Like, that is, you want to talk about back pain the job. That's it right there. I was like, yeah, no,
So-
I'll drive until you give me a gun. You know
You're
what I mean?
5'11". How much do you weigh? Tank?
Well, at the time I weighed 180. Right now I weigh
So
about
you- yeah, so
200.
You're pretty good size to be squeezing in that. tank every-
Tankers are strength emphasis, right? They're
Yeah.
strength
Yeah, it's
emphasis
gonna beat the
because,
shit out of you, probably, right?
oh, dude, there's nothing light on that tank. Wait, no, that's not true, because there's this little L bracket that keeps your fingers from being smashed while you're in the turret. That one only weighs like 2 pounds.
Oh.
But
I got it. Yeah, so everything you're dealing with is like fucking
Yeah.
heavy.
another time at NTC, right? My second trip to the National Training Center out at Fort Irwin, California, I had I was on the platoon leader's tank. So I had a brand new lieutenant, right? And he made the mistake of saying, hey, I want you to teach me. Because I was one of the best drivers in my battalion. There were 3 of us that were competing to be the best driver in the battalion. And so he goes, hey, so, I hear you're like one of the best drivers. You're like the best at maintenance. So I want you to teach me everything about this tank. And if I'm wrong, you have my permission to override me. Just let me know in advance. Right. So I was like, sir, you don't want to tell me that. He's like, no, I really want to do. I want to be the best tank commander ever. You know, I want to be a good officer. And I was like, you know what? I admire this. Okay, deal. We shook on it. And then we're out at NTC and we're driving down the tank trail and there's this dip in the road.
11 weeks.
And he goes, driver, slow down. There's a dip up ahead. And I'm like, Roger, sir, I see it. And I start speeding up. He's like, driver, slow down. I said, oh, sir, you wanted to see what this tank can do.
Look at that.
And my gunner starts going, oh, please don't, no, please don't. Because he turned the main gun forward and he's looking out the gunner sight and he sees the dip in the road. He's like, oh, no. And my loader is just like, yeah, do it, man, do it. And so we caught that dip and launched the tank in the air. Now, I jumped the tank. We don't know how high we got off the ground. It could have been like 8 inches, but it felt like we were flying for an eternity.
All that matters was you caught air in a tank, dude.
Yeah, right.
And my loader is just he's corn-fed Southern boy, so he lets out this yeehaw.
Hell yeah! That sounds like so much fun. Oh.
Last class of Be All You Can Be before they shifted over to Army of One. I was the last class that qualified on the M16s before tankers started qualifying on the M4. So I had to jump the tank. It was there.
Had to do
it. And I'll tell you, man, like I still to this day, I want to own a nice chunk of property with some good acreage, and I want to get some old tanks. Because you can get some old tanks for a cut. You could have a fully restored old tank with a modern engine and good working components for about $250,000 delivered.
Oh, dude, we had an old guy. You might know what these are, tanks. He lived right around the corner from me over here for years. And he died, and I guess his family auctioned it off. But he used to have it in the parade every year. It was like this little bitty tank, but it had, I think, like truck tires on the front of it.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the back of it was tread.
Yeah, a little half track. Oh,
yeah,
dude.
and it had like a little bitty turret on it.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't know what model it was or what, man, but yeah, he didn't even drive it. He had it on a trailer, you know. He'd drive it through the parade and just show it off.
Yeah,
but, man,
well,
it was the coolest little fucking thing, man. I was like, oh, I want to drive that. I want to.
You can't drive a tank on the hardball because even if you just put brand new track shoes on that sucker, it's destroying that street.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's going to chew it up
alive, dude.
And the hardball is going to destroy the track shoes as well because the track shoes are not designed for that.
Right,
I mean,
yeah,
they're designed
made for off road, not
right. They're designed to withstand rocks and jagged stuff like that and be able to survive. But a hardball is just basically you're sanding them down, is what you're doing. But I looked at it, man. Like I could get myself a nice a T-34 and a Sherman, a couple of World War II era tanks for $500,000, huge chunk of property for like $50,000, right? And then modify them to be potato guns. You know, like just shoot giant paintballs at each other. Bring my friends out, do a week of orientation, training, and safety. And then just button up them hatches and just blow the crap out of each other with paint.
Yeah, the government watch list.
Oh, it would be, dude. That's my retirement right there. That's my retirement goal. Some people want to go around the world. I want to have tank battles in my backyards with my friends.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
They're like, yeah, sorry, dude, you got to sign this waiver. I am not responsible.
I gotta find that little guy that old man used to have because I bet you that thing was maneuverable as hell.
Because tanks don't care whose side you're on. They are indiscriminate killing machines. And I've seen.
I used to love the. You remember the I think it was just called Tank back in the day, like in the early '80s when arcades.
Oh, with James Gardner.
Yeah. No. It was an arcade game, and it had.
Yes.
You would look in the little periscope, and it was like 3D. It was just
it was the vector graphics that were really primitive,
line drawings of everything. But you got to fucking battle another tank, dude. That was so much fun.
Dude, that and like Stun Runner were like my jams.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Stunrunner was cool. I remember that one.
That was like the first vehicle where you got on like the bike at like apparatus
Mm-hmm.
and rode it. Dude, I love those games, man.
Yeah,
That's something
what
you
was the
can't
other
play on a
one?
console, dude. Like
Mhm.
that's
What
what
was the
arcades
other
should
one?
focus on is immersive experience.
Spy Hunter, you remember that one? That was kind of cool.
Oh, dude. Meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow.
I
Meow,
used
meow,
to
meow,
call that.
meow, 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 meow,
I
meow,
used to
meow.
call that stretching the cat. Meow.
Yeah, right. No, dude. It's. Hey, you want to remember any song? Break it down into meows. You'll
Yeah.
never forget the tune.
Oh, dude, Led Zeppelin. If you break it down into meows, it's fucking amazing.
It's
Especially Led Zeppelin.
hilarious.
Led Zeppelin 3, dude. Oh my god, try it sometime, Tank. It's awesome.
That's great. Yesterday in chats, I was singing the Meow Mix song in various languages,
Oh,
and then finally I would end it off with now in Swahili.
Oh shit. You're killing me.
Yeah, I'll see you in hell. Don't worry, I'll have the AC cool down. I got a wonderful timeshare condo right on the Lake of Fire. The only downside is that all property in hell is timeshare. Unfortunately, my timeshare partner is Merle Haggard, so I know that by the time I get there, the place is going to be full of battered hookers and empty bottles of booze.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be a wreck.
we have fun. We have fun. Oh yeah, man. No, it's
murdering.
Yeah, no, I've spent 5 years in the U.S. Army as an M1 armor crewman. My tour in Iraq, I was what they call a tanker without a tank. You can put that acronym together for yourself.
Oh, that sounds like it sucked.
Well, hey, at least, for the most part of it, I was on the gun. So, but that was 2004 to 2005 when I was
Oh,
deployed
does that
to Iraq.
mean you just didn't get to drive?
Well, no, I drove the Humvee when needed.
Okay, but you just didn't have an actual tank.
Yeah, the only time I ever got to drive the tank, and trust me, they say in the military never volunteer for anything. It's like, dude, when you're a tanker without a tank, and somebody says, "Hey, I need somebody to
Fuck
move the
that,
tank in the
I'll
motor
drive."
pool and help me do maintenance," you will find yourself turning wrenches in 120-degree weather real fast and be happy for it.
Yeah.
Like for real. Although when I was in Iraq, I collected military vehicles like Pokemon because you sign for this stuff, right? So you're fiscally liable for those vehicles. I had an M998. That's your standard like aluminum body Humvee. I had a 1027. That's the improved version of the Scout Humvee, and I had an 1114. I was also signed for a deuce and a half and a 5-ton.
Wow, deuce and a half is so cool.
And I signed for a 577 and a 113, but then they found out how many vehicles I was signed for, and that's how I spent most of my quote unquote free time. Was I would just, I would go drive one of the vehicles over to the motor pool, and go, turn some wrenches. It passed the time. I was actually published in PS Preventative Maintenance Magazine.
Really?
Because I came up with the and now it's standard actually in desert and arid environments.
In PMs, brother. Oh my god, I'm a firm believer in preventive maintenance.
Yeah, no, I was in there because what I would do is it was so dry and hot that the boots for the suspension and the tie rods and all that other stuff would rot out really fast. So I started once a week, I would rub them down with aircraft lubricant. And then I just wipe off the excess. But it was just kind of like, like you would rub mink oil on a baseball glove. and it actually extended the life of the boots, because you don't just replace the boot; the whole part has to go back, and then they put a new boot on, and they in the meantime, and in between time, you've got another refurbished model or a brand new thing, and that costs a lot of money. And so for that, I was published in Preventative Maintenance Magazine.
Nice.
Wow, that's awesome, bro. Hell yeah.
I had a good time. I was good. I was very good at my job, and I was equally good at screwing it all up.
I can't wait for my new boss to come back tomorrow, because I'm the new guy, right? I'm only like going on a month, and so I'm getting all the the worst, filthiest job. They're waiting to see if I complain. And I don't know. So my boss he's gonna be Tuesday. He's telling me he's lining me up for Wednesday because he's gonna be off today. He had a doctor's appointment and shit.
Yeah, my first 8 months on the line after I got out of training. Dude, I was up half an hour before and went to bed half an hour after everyone else on my tank crew.
All right. But anyway, so we gotta cut a shaft. It's completely bound up in this old ass machine, right? Fucking this thing's 75 years old if it's a day. And it's just the interior of it is filled with caked on grease.
Oof.
Walking there, it's like 2.5 inches deep at the bottom. And he's like, well, the only way I'm going to get that thing out of there is, I'm going to have to get a cutting wheel and we're going to cut that shaft and then fucking knock it out and we're going to have to rebuild this. And I'm like, okay, great. What do you want me to do? Well, clean it up as best you can, just to, because we don't want it to fucking catch on fire, right? And I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, dude, you've got 3 inches, 2.5 maybe, of just fucking accumulated sludge in the bottom of the pan of this fucking thing. And you're gonna be firing sparks down into there. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. Let this guy think he's giving me something that's gonna bother me. So fucking, I clean off everything as best as I can, all the surface areas, so I can reach down in there. And then I just get a fucking big old elbow fucking long pair of gloves and a bucket.
Hell yeah.
Just reaching down in there and fucking pulling out handfuls of accumulated shit from over the years. And then today I went back in there with a bunch of solvent and shit and fucking cleaned off everything, got it all nice and fucking down to a big juice so I could just soak up with a bunch of fucking rags and shit. He's gonna come in tomorrow and look at that thing and be like, what the fuck?
Well, gentlemen, I have to go start prepping dinner. I want to thank everybody for having me on. Thank you everybody out in the chat for keeping me company as well. Y'all rock. You're the real heroes. You're the ones who really make this stuff happen. I want to thank everybody. Go check out my Twitter at Tank Ferret Art. I just posted the Tank Ferret Presents production schedule for Fund My Comic. Our next year's worth of endeavors.
Nice.
So it's exciting. I'm really excited. We've got a book coming out here this next month, and then in October we've got while we're in fulfillment for that book, we will have we've been launching the campaign for a game called Omniverse Incursion. Oi, it's coming. And then in February, we've got the Tank Ferret Presents Variety Magazine, over 150 pages of incredible full-length standalone stories. Very excited for this because it's the variety comic that doesn't leave you feeling left out, but leaves you wanting more.
Nice.
And more stuff. Got King League's Neon Revenant coming out next year. World War Hell tabletop game coming out. Like, production lines are good. The business side of stuff, man, I was in solid meetings for 6 hours today. Meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. And it's all just coming together, man. It's it's amazing. It's really happening.
Yeah.
So
top game can't be easy.
I see people say that, but I am a math and game theory nerd.
Mm-hmm.
And I love making games.
I do too. I just meant the like the miniatures and stuff. Like if you're doing miniatures, and
we are, and
that's got to be.
I'm the key sculptor on that. I sculpt in VR. It's so cool. It is so cool. I want to do a live stream where I'm sculpting, but I have to have a co-host who can read the chat because I can't see the chat while I'm in VR.
Okay.
But I want to do a live sculpting for that because it takes me, for one of the miniatures for the game, it takes me between 6 and 8 hours to do that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So I would love to break that up into like 2 live casts and just go through the whole process, because once I've got the A-posed miniature, once I got the A-posed model, then I take it through a couple other processes where I clean up the topography on it, and then I rig it and I can pose it, and we can play around with the posing too. So that way we're not stuck with something. We can get the most dynamic, action-packed pose, the most stoic pose. We can really bring the action to your tabletop, and that's what Omniverse Incursion is about. You know, it's not about multiverse. Multiverse is for weebs. You know, the Omniverse, we have 6 different creators with 6 entirely different universes, bring 5 of their key characters each into this tabletop game, and it's full, and they fully cross play. And then when World War Hell comes out next year, it's using the exact same system. So out of the box, you can take all your Omniverse Incursion characters that you have and go play on a full-scale battlefield like you would with Warhammer 40K.
Nice.
And World War Hell is its own thing. This comes from World War Hell. Dan, man, he's got this wonderful thing. In the September of 1942, portals to hell open up in the centers of government around the world, and literally all hell breaks loose. It's got demons. It's got Frankentanks. What more do I need to say? Frankentank. It is exactly it. You can make your own custom cursed tank. It's so good. Trigger tankers everywhere for fun. And it's an easy to play game. It's quick, you know, none of this arguing over rules for 30 minutes like you get with Warhammer 40K. I love 40K, but I'm mostly like most 40K fans, I'm mostly into the lore and painting the miniatures.
Right.
Playing the game is not very fun. Because it's just so much bickering, and so we get rid of that and make it a swift, fun to play game.
I've never played it. Is it really? It's no fun?
It can be fun if you have a group of friends who are just like, yeah, no, this is fun and we're here to have fun. But often if you go to your local game store or you're in a tournament, you're spending most of your game time arguing over minutia.
Yeah, a friend of mine used to say about games, he's like, it's like Warhammer but fun.
Yeah, and Warhammer, like beautiful miniatures and everything. You know, props where prop is due. The lore is fantastic, so we aim to bring that.
Oh, I love the little figures and stuff.
With
dude.
angels,
paint them and.
Oh, dude, we've got angels, demons, historical armies, and you have the option of like, yeah, you could totally knock out all the fantasy stuff and actually have historically accurate armies.
Nice.
And it's all scaled. So they're 1/64 scale, like for size wise. So that's O scale trains for those of you who are into train collecting and modeling and stuff like that. And there's plenty of models that you can get. So if we don't have it,
smaller than HO, I know.
No, HO is even smaller.
Okay,
I think HO is 172 scale.
And then Lionel is like the biggest, right? The old school Lionel.
Lionel trains, they sell O scale. O scale is widely accepted. So you could diorama this, you could have so much fun with it. And here's the thing though, right? It's easy to learn. It's hard to master, like chess, you know, where it's like, you get the rules. And then you're like, but the once you hit the battlefield, once you hit the battlefield, like there's all those minute variations that can occur, all the things that can change that really make for dynamic and engaging gameplay. And we have quantitative victory. So even if you're outmatched and you're just gonna, you know that you're gonna get wiped. You could do enough damage to your enemy that it's a Pyrrhic victory for them. And yes, that's a quantitative thing, that they had a Pyrrhic victory. And you can say,
So
yeah,
you actually score some points and stuff.
you may
for your-
lose all of your guys, but technically you won that fight.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you make them pay for it bad, it's like the 300, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, the God's Edge
the assholes won in the end, but they made them pay.
Yeah. No, you could actually see, you know, how many Spartans does it take to take on a team of Navy SEALs? You know, and how well did you play those Spartans? Did you play them strategically enough that you actually, yeah, you got your 300 got wiped out by SEAL Team 6. But, you know, did you kill enough of those Navy SEAls to make it not worth the loss of those Navy SEAls?
Right.
Right.
We have,
at some point you have to equalize the
yeah. And it's all done on the points. So
the weaponry, right? I mean, because Navy SEALs gonna have night vision with sniper rifles.
Right, they have a distinct technological training advantage. They have so many advantages, so they're worth more points, right? And that's where we balance the game, is on the back end on the points. We don't put out errata to say, oh, you have to change the stats on the figure. No, the stats are scaled, right? We have a scale put into place. I spent years perfecting the Stratego Maximus system. So, so that way, you know, if we have to put out an errata, it's something that we can just
Maximus system.
Yes, it's the God's Edge Stratego Maximus system. That means strategy conqueror.
Based off of the original Stratego.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But it's a simple system, and if we ever have to put out an errata, it's simple. We just publish a quick web document. You can go download the PDF for free, and all it does is adjust the point value of how much something is worth. If something was OP, dude, we'll fix our algorithm. Right? We'll fix the algorithm and make sure that it's good and competitive, because that's the whole point. We want people to have fun. We want people to take their superheroes and their special forces teams and put them up against angels and demons or World War II armies. And we've got even more stuff coming out over the next 10 years.
I'm not a gamer, dude. So all this is like, what the fuck? What is OP?
Overpowered.
Overpowered. Okay.
Yeah. I used to play a lot of. I played for years. I played HeroClix. So.
Dude, this is then Omniverse Incursion is your jam. I'm telling you right now, because it's enough for 2 players to play. Is like, we're looking at a retail of like $30, and it fits in the that small outer pouch of a school backpack.
Nice.
And that includes like tile sets that you can play like trading cards. That give, you know, you can play them against each other and build a battlefield with Omniverse Incursion. Or you can set up a giant battlefield like in a large scale strategy game and play World War Hell style. It's the fun is in your hands. We're just giving you the tools to go have fun. And that's all we want. We just want people to have fun. And Series 1, we've got 5 creators coming in on this. Series 2, we've got 7 different creators lined up. Series 3 is getting booked up as we speak. Like, we have creators from all across indie comics coming together to put their characters to the ultimate test. You want to see the crossover? You get to make the crossover. You create the adventure. And please tell us how it went, because we got to know, because we're fans too.
Yeah, and I think everybody wants to see those crossovers, but the odds are not many of them are actually going to happen in the comics. So,
it takes time to produce that. I think somebody who's an ambitious YouTuber could take that and turn that into quite a profitable little channel if they wanted to.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They totally could. And, you know, do best 2 out of 3. And this game is scaled. Like, you could have everything from Pee Wee Herman versus Steve Urkel all the way up to Goku versus Superman and beyond.
Yep.
So how many Pee Wee Hermans does it take to stop Goku?
And think about the poll potential, dude. You could do a poll every evening at 10 o'clock. And by the time you wake up in the morning, you got your content for the next day.
Yeah, we have tentatively planned to have a series 1 through 3 launched over the next year. for Omniverse Incursion. Series 1 will be crowdfunded because we need to get we need the foundational stuff. Like we
Well,
have a
sure.
proprietary manufacturing process to produce these wonderfully detailed miniatures that are going to be fun to paint, fun to play with, and at a reasonable price. Because that's another thing. We understand you're on a budget, and if you're not on a budget, then collect them all.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got an unlimited budget, then fuck it, buy the whole set, damn it.
Right, no, for real. And
You
we
know?
have everything from like
Support
okay,
these creators, people. Come on, if you got the
It's-
money to.
you know, you could buy your favorite creator set for a premium, or you could go super cheap and roll the dice and get a gotcha pack. You know, get something random
Yeah,
and
it's
trade
so
them.
funny how
Build
Yeah,
your own
people love
custom
that.
units from across the Omniverse. Because Omni means
Yeah.
all, right? So that's our goal, is to get all these creators universes in on this stuff. And eventually when it gets big enough, because I've got a dynamic marketing company working on this with me to help get the word out. Our reach is immense. It's so big that I can't even say, because folks wouldn't believe me. It's so big. Our potential audience reach is so big with this marketing company. But we're going to get it out there. We want this to be big. We want people to have fun. We want them to get a good, affordable product in their hands that they can just have endless hours of fun with, without the annoying little clicky bit, right? With cool trading cards that you can mix and match. Like say you got a piece of gear from one figure, but you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to give my superhero a machine gun.
Alright,
Ho, ho,
why not?
ho.
Fuck it.
Now I have a machine gun too.
Yeah.
You know, you think
You know what?
Wolverine's
My
nasty with his
superhero's
claws.
laser vision needs a rest. I'm just gonna give him this machine gun for now.
Yeah. Yeah. You
It's
know,
always good to
and,
have a backup.
and we actually have a tournament lined up for next
Hey,
year.
you know, Superman's got a bit of pink eye. He needs to rest the old laser vision.
Right. But you know, we even have a tournament lined up for next year at a major comic book and game convention in the UK that will announce around the summertime of next year. Until then, mum's the word. But we're going to hold a tournament, and it's going to be a campaign tournament. So there'll be a campaign board as players are playing. There's a campaign, because we have campaign rules as well. So that way you can
It's
have
cool.
fun.
You can tell us, man.
Yeah, right.
We won't tell anybody.
It's just, it's just us bears.
I tried, people.
So yeah, stay tuned, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and we're gonna bring a lot of really cool stuff for you. And then we've got, you know, everything's finally coming together on this, and the manufacturing side of stuff. We're going to have full scale. We also have Legion Zero Weapons Division, which produces full scale weapon replicas. They also produce weapon replicas that are in 1/12 and 1/6 scale. So if you collect the GI Joes of either size, boom, we can get you like these cool weapons that you see in some of these comics. Or if you want a cosplay prop, we got that for you. It's solid piece, non-functional. It passes, you know, most conventions. It'll pass their muster. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So, and that's what we're doing. We're facilitating fun. Like on my business card, right? For Tank Ferret Presents, it's a very professional business card on the front, and on the back, in small type in Times New Roman, it has FUN, because we like to have a little fun on the back end.
There you go.
All right, guys, I got to go cook dinner. Thank you very much. I've had a super blast.
Hail, thanks. Good to
hail,
see you, man.
hail, Comics Gate. Hail,
Nice
y'all.
talking to you.
You're the heroes. All right, nice talking. Nice meeting you. Ciao.
Bye, bro. Oh,
And then there was two.
How do you manage that, Dr. Matt?
Manage all of that stuff.
Yeah, I guess. I am
Yeah.
the shadow, but Dr. Mask is the dark.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I tried 3 different browsers to put up my avatar, and it won't work. I don't know.
Have you opened? Well, are you Apple or Android?
I'm actually on a laptop, a Windows laptop.
Right, but is that Android? Windows is Android, right? It's not Apple.
No,
Google.
it's Windows.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you try going through like Google Chrome, that may help. I had
Okay.
problems with StreamYard too until I opened it in Chrome.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know why.
I used Firefox, I used Brave, and I used Internet Explorer, and none of them would allow it. So
None of them would let you in.
yeah, it's
Wow.
weird. Because the last time I don't know which one I used, but it worked. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah.
It's kind of cool though, man. I've never seen anybody just have black screen
Pulled it
effect.
off.
Very mysterious. Oh, what happened? Did Rex leave us alone again?
Yeah, I don't know. He must have gotten a better offer.
Oh, you know what? Oh, he's going to get his damn truck and coming back. Yeah, I forgot he's working tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
For whatever reason, last night he didn't go to work till 7:30. So.
Okay.
But yeah, I ended up leaving. I think right around 6 because I was dead yesterday. I was like, dude, I gotta go. I can't.
Yeah.
It's like I don't
Yeah.
have to go to work till late, and I'm like, I know, but I'm done.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna be tapping out here too. I think I picked up I definitely picked up something on my trip this weekend. So I've been thought it was
where'd you go?
Went to the Jersey Shore. I don't know if it was just
You're
allergies.
just begging to pick something up when you go to the Jersey Shore.
A lot of shady stuff down there, But
yeah,
yeah.
you're out there by the E-Man, huh? All right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I woke up.
Did you make it up there to Garden City Con?
No, I didn't. I was a little disappointed in that.
But, dude, if I was closer, I'd have fucking definitely.
Yeah, it's only like 3 or 4 hours away from me. It wasn't that bad, but I just I don't know what happened.
If I drove, pretty much straight northeast. Well, I'd have to go west a little bit first, and then straight up north.
Yeah, maybe next year if they do it again.
Probably about 9-10 hours for me, maybe something like that.
Yeah,
the nice thing about once you hit the East Coast is all the states are little, so you cruise through them real fast.
Yeah, yep.
Like when you're traveling west, dude, God, it takes fucking forever. Like every state is just like, is this ever gonna end?
Yep. Yep. I've driven most of the West Coast, some of the Southwest, and most of the Northeast.
I had half my family in Houston and half my family up here in Chicago. So I used to drive probably twice a year back and forth.
Yeah.
From Chicago to Houston and Houston to Chicago. And it's a freaking nightmare every time, dude.
Yeah, I mean, when I used to work for a company, we were on the road all the time, and we drove from Lubbock to Corpus Christi one time for 24 hours straight.
Oh, shit.
We didn't even leave Texas.
Yeah, my oldest daughter and my grandkids are down in Galveston now.
Yep.
That shocked silence, Dr. Mask. Sorry.
Sorry, I was reading the chat. Lorenzo Sleestack said, "Is Dr. Mask the Invisible Man?" Maybe.
Oh shit, that's right. We're still alive, aren't we? Bloody hell.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm probably gonna cut out. I gotta take something.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'll try to hang out for a little while and see if I can come
maybe
up
he'll be
with
back.
something.
All right, man. Well, it's nice talking to you.
Yeah, Doctor. Take it easy, man. Nice
Rex,
seeing
I
you.
said thanks.
Yeah. I'm sure he was happy to have you, and he's going to be disappointed he missed you, but
okay,
his own damn fault. All right.
That work stuff, gets in the way.
Yeah, stupid job.
All righty. Take it easy.
All right. Have a good night, man.
You too. Bye.
All right, everybody. I guess we're gonna call it. That's all, folks. 'Cause, it's going on. Yeah, we've been going for a while now. Damn near 3 hours. Everybody have a good night. It was a fun time, and Halo.
Abandoned again. Oh my gosh, and still 2 people here. Hey, that's right. Check out the panel. Lorenzo says, what is this? Okay. Get these pop-ups out of the way. Abandoned again. What's up with that? Oh well. I've got to go to work. But definitely check out open panel stream tomorrow night. That's right. Every Thursday over there after the 4 o'clock shadow, check out the Lorenzo Sleestack show. Yeah, thumbs up. Cross Comics. I'm gunning for you, sucker. 5 o'clock shadow my ass. Anyway, I'm out of here. Keep collecting. Who else? Who else was in here? That was it. Man, we should have a crowd in here. We got 3 watching. Anyway, keep collecting. See you tomorrow. Yeah. That's what we'll do. We'll make it fun this time. Huh. Check it out.